You know, they'll go and, like, get a burger or something.
Oh, at the gas station?
Yeah, and then, like, if you don't catch that, then, like, they kind of go and do more. But, like, I think they just kind of see, like, if it works. So, yeah, if you can catch it then, it's not too bad. Bank dispute the charges, but hit me for 700. Ooh, ow! I am so sorry. That sucks.
Damn.
Can I ask a PC question? Yeah, go for it.
Hey, on these 14s, the contact frame's not mandatory?
On the 14s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then inventory affected.
I just put it on then.
I don't have one to put on.
Oh, I got you. March of next year's pretty bad. Yeah, for real. It was the next day after my order, and I don't shop online much. You might want to check and see if there's anything like spyware on your computer. I know there's like certain kinds of viruses you can have where like they'll take your little like key. What's that word?
Keylogger?
Thank you, keylogger. So they wait for you to like log into something or something like that, get your password or your digits. Yeah.
There's a crazy scene in Mr. Robot where he like hacks into a Bluetooth keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's a keylogger in the equation, but like basically he uses cop's like Bluetooth keyboard off his laptop.
Yeah.
And like hacks into it so that he can like input on the laptop without like being in there. It's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Mr. Robot's a crazy ass show. That's a good ass show.
These ads are bugging. Yeah. I don't know why Twitch seems to want to push more ads. It's very annoying. You also have temp closing your account for a new type of protection. True. I want to upgrade my PC, but oriented towards games and software. Stress test. What should I focus on, CPU or new motherboard? I have an AMD 5600X CPU currently. Honestly, your motherboard's probably not holding you back then. I would check your RAM, like how much RAM you're running, and then I was like, you obviously can like upgrade your CPU. 5600X is still pretty good for gaming. But yeah. Also check your storage. Make sure you're not running off of like a hard disk drive. That's also going to slow you down. It could have been in the store. Who knows? Just glad I got it back. My PC did ship. Should get it Friday. Nice.
Hey, what's up, Chicken One?
Yeah, the one time I got like, I think it was a skimmer or something. I don't know. The one time I got my card it was so weird. It was like 12:30 at night, and I just randomly was like, I'm gonna check my bank account. Like, I'm telling you, man, something just like whispered to me, and like an hour earlier, somebody had used it at some like burger place up in Oakland. Whoa. And I was like, what? Which sucked, because I was like actually trying to go to bed, and then I was like, well, now I can't sleep. I'm worried.
Did you call?
Huh?
Did you call?
No, I did the thing where like you just shut down the card.
The card.
Yeah, because it was like obviously past hours, and then I called in the morning.
It was real fraud hours though, so good thing you locked it.
True. What? Switching on my PS5 on the 55-inch TV. Hello, nice.
Nice. That's not what I said. I was reading a different comment.
Sorry if my typing's bad today. My tremors are pretty bad today. Yeah, don't worry, Wildcard. We know. Never apologize for it. Yeah, it's pushing a lot more ads than they used to. Yeah. I think they're realizing they're having less viewership, like, just over the platform, largely. So they're like, we gotta make the money still, you know, because everything is... You gotta keep growing somehow. Not a wishing for Friday already. Oh, I feel that. RAM is 32 gigabytes Corsair, and I have only SSD storage of 5 terabyte tower. too. Okay, so yeah, that's probably not your issue then. So yeah, I was like, maybe upgrading your CPU would get you some mileage there. And then obviously it depends on what your GPU is too. We just ordered from y'all 4080 64 gigabytes 7800 X3D through Newegg. Can't wait. Very nice. Nice system. I saw Kelsey playing some games over the weekend. I did.
Ooh, what'd you play?
I played Marvel Rivals. I checked that out. And I checked it out live, so you got to see me fumbling through it. My actual real-time reaction.
Live react.
Yeah. It was pretty good. Like, first couple rounds I was like, and then you kind of start getting into it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I could play this a lot. Bro, that PC in the background looks beautiful, bro. Like, honestly, yeah. It's very lovely. I'm about checking it. Chick-fil-A screwed up my order, so I said, let me see what they charge me, and then I saw the charges. They were in California. I live in North Carolina. Oh, that sucks. Sometimes banks will, like, stop a charge if it seems like sus because it's in, like, a different state. But one time they did that to my debit card, and I was just going to school in Missouri, but I live in California. So they saw my first charge in Missouri and, like, flipped out, shut down my card, and I didn't have, like, access to my money for, like, a week.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, I guess better to freak out over nothing than, you know, not catch it when it's happening.
Yeah.
Skytech Gaming was on my Twitch summary watch list. Not sure if that's good or bad. Hey, it just means you...
That's great, bro.
It means you love this channel, and that's important. Somebody's got to watch us, you know?
Somebody's got to do it.
We got to keep the inside jokes rolling. My job might say bad. What do you think of 7800 X3D and 4070 Ti? Gonna get decent FPS and 1440p? Oh yeah. Yeah, you're gonna get all the FPS. Especially for 1440p, yeah. I would say that's like a peak system right there. Basically the top end of gaming, truly. Okay. You can obviously go like higher, especially if you're trying to do like 4K and stuff like that, and you just want to have that extra VRAM for, you know, the future, but I consider that like a high-end build. I sent an email back to Gomez with the notification, but would love some best practices and FAQs for when I get the PC. Yeah, totally. I was like, the main thing is that we're going to put a sticker on the back of that that's going to tell you where to plug in that HDMI cable. Just make sure you read any of the stuff that's like included on the packaging. That's going to set you up for success. Because the main issue we get is that people will plug the HDMI directly into the motherboard instead of into the GPU. And then you're running off of onboard graphics, and they're like, oh my gosh, this PC sucks. It's choppy, and it's got like 30 FPS, but it's because you're running off the iGPU. If you can avoid that, awesome. Otherwise, though, I would just stay on top of updates. If you haven't updated your, like, obviously we're going to have all your drivers up to date on this when you get it. But, in the next couple months and all that, if you haven't upgraded your graphics drivers, do that every once in a while. Especially when like a new game comes out, they tend to patch it a little bit, so sometimes you need that. Well, the new Twitch and mobile app sucks. Yeah. Hate the new layout. I was noticing that too this weekend. I was like, yeah. That Squirrel Girl, yeah. I actually haven't played her yet, but I was absolutely getting wrecked by one the first day. Okay, hold on. I gotta jump over to YouTube for a second. I just got a new keyboard and I connected it to my laptop and it sounds so good. It's called the ALF75, but I'm so bad at... I can't type without looking. You should try a typing game every once in a while. Like, I'm not even lying. Like, that's how they taught us to type growing up. And I still have to look at the keyboard a little bit, like, every once in a while, but for the most part, you kind of get the lay of the
Play Type
land.
Racer. It's free on the internet.
Hey, what's up, Jake? Or Junior Egg?
Yo.
What's up? Is a 4060 RTX good? Yeah, I mean, like, depends on, like, you know, in the context of your machine, in the context of your budget. But yeah, 4060 I think is pretty solid, honestly. People like to poo-poo on it, but it's a much better graphics card than a lot of the offerings on the market. It's a good budget offering. It has ray tracing. It's fine.
King 95 Pro, that's my dream case. This is a good case?
It's a good case. Just ordered on Newegg, 4080 Super 7800X3D coming tomorrow, and I'm a new PC player starting tomorrow from Xbox. I was a hardcore Xbox guy, but I found out more about PC gaming, and it was the move to do. Heck yeah.
Nice, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of nice having your games and, like, you know, your little workstation all together. Being able to jump onto YouTube, jump onto, you know, forums, jump into games, always really nice.
Mm-hmm.
What chat are you talking to? Oh, we're on Twitch and YouTube, sorry. We multi-stream on this one. Have the same specs. Is it good for a new PC, I mean? Have the same specs, new PC? Yeah, totally. Yeah, if you have these exact specs, you are good for gaming for quite a while. Thank you, Cactus. Yeah. Anyways, jumping back over to Twitch. Sorry, we got a lot of people chatting right now, so I gotta jump around. I don't know, that started bugging. I have no clue what you said. Oh, I said 4060 is totally fine. Obviously, it depends on, like, what your budget is and what your, like, expectations are, what kind of games you're gonna be playing. But, like, for the budget, compared to a lot of the stuff on the market, it's decent. It's got ray tracing. It's fine. What else, Twitch? It should be Skytech Gaming Official. Skytech Gaming Official. Where's the guy who makes the TikToks? The funny guy, the one that said Kelsey. Oh, Fabian? He's actually over at the other office right now. Sometimes he shows up on stream, but now that we're in different buildings, for the time being, yeah, you're probably not going to see him on stream for a bit. Love that case. I really like the light. Yeah. It's like, looks really nice. I'd skip 40 series or wait for prices to drop on 50 series release. Yeah, my only problem is that, like, at least I have seen, like, nothing about 50 series. Like, I know we're, like, hearing stuff coming out on this, but, like, from my end, I don't think we're getting them anytime soon. Like, by a lot. So, I don't think, like, I don't think that 50 series is right around the corner. Either that, or nobody is communicating to me that they are. Series gen. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Like, for 40 series. I'm also a big proponent, though, of, like, the Radeon cards and the Intel cards for, like, alternatives in certain budgets. But, you know, some people, you really want that NVIDIA bells and whistles. Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, GPU is a 3050, so GPU is solid enough for it, but thanks. I'll go for a CPU upgrade. Maybe to a Ryzen 7 9800X3D, because I also do Blender and 3D printer rendering for a friend's course architecture. I was like, yeah, honestly, I was like, your CPU and GPU are basically the things to upgrade in that machine. Like, because especially if you're going to also do rendering, you might want a bit more VRAM than that 3050 has to offer, but you got a lot of options. It's my first PC, and I like the stream, so I was trying to get a decent PC for that. Yeah, totally. Where's the order? It was the King case, we got Legacy. Legacy's still fine, though. Juan the Driller Unstoppable here, yeah. He's a guy with a mission. Yeah, that's actually a good point. DisplayPort does. DisplayPort is the superior choice over HDMI. If all you have is HDMI, yeah. It's totally fine though still. But yeah. The Squirrel Girl is voiced by the ATT girl that everyone likes. What, really?
ATT? Oh, AT&T? Oh, shit. Mila Vantra? She's cool. Don't ask my name.
I know, I was like, I don't even know who we're talking about. Like,
in the commercials.
I can't remember what the AT&T commercials are.
Okay. I promise you if I showed you a still frame, you'd be like,
probably, yeah.
But, yeah.
But I guess I don't keep that one, like, you know, in the back of my brain.
Do they got the Verizon guy, too? Damn, shout out to the OG, wherever he's at now.
They got Steve Bloom for Wolverine again. He's basically been Wolverine's animated voice for a while now. Hello, I have all my PC parts aside from the case. Excited to build my first PC. Any first-timer tips? Yeah. Take it slow. Take it step by step.
Don't rush.
Don't rush. Plan for just the whole day.
View multiple guides
Yeah.
just in case one misses one thing.
Yeah, because there might be certain things that they like fail to mention because they might think like, oh yeah, and that's like a given.
When you're like
Yeah.
super like deep and knowledgeable into something, you start assuming that things that are not common sense are.
Common sense, yeah. And read the manual.
And read the manuals. Yes. Don't. I feel like that's just good guidance, just in general. Like, don't be too proud to read manuals, dude. It
Yeah.
literally tells you how to read it. I mean, it tells you how everything works. Like, I've always hated that attitude of like, I don't need the manual. I know how to do it. It's like, bro, it's all the info's in there.
Mm-hmm. The PC didn't have a spare like I normally do. PSU, a 1300 watt fried. That sucks.
Ooh.
When you get the magic smoke, that's impressive. I've only gotten the magic smoke a couple times. But yeah, rip. Spent a lot of money on Series X and haven't played it 2 years already. Switching over.
Damn.
So happy with gameplay, but streaming on Xbox sucks. Yeah, I can't even imagine streaming on console. And like that's probably just because the only streaming I'm familiar with is through a PC. So to me, I'm like, oh yeah, that'll make sense. How do you do it on console?
Right? Who knows? A lot of software magic.
Yeah. I picked the parts I was trying to make the PC relevant 10 years from now.
Hell yeah, you did
A
pretty well.
valiant effort, yeah. I was like, it's impossible to outrun the bleeding edge, but you're going to be totally set here for a good long while.
Yeah, if you have like your set games that you play
Mm-hmm.
and you don't really play new stuff.
Oh, well,
probably
yeah, that's
make
like the easy, yeah. I barely use my Xbox X. My wife and daughter use it. They claimed it. I've been more for PC for streaming. Yeah, it makes sense.
Cool.
PC sports, more game mods. Yeah, if you're specially into mods, PC gaming is where it's at. It's
Oh,
crazy
absolutely.
the kind of mods there are.
It's not even close.
Coffee man too good for us now, for real.
He went Hollywood. Actually, quite the opposite. The behind the scenes work is just so much.
Yeah.
We went Hollywood on him.
Mm-hmm. What works best with a 4080 Super? Would it be the Intel 14900 or the AMD 7800X3D? Honestly, I mean, you could do either. Kind of depends on what's in your budget. I would say if gaming is all you want to do, 7800X3D is totally fine for that. It's going to be all you need for just solidly gaming. The 14900 is going to have way more cores and be better for productivity and that sort of thing. They're both stupid fast. So yeah, there's that.
Do you have ibuprofen?
I do not.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I know I usually do. How do I change the RGB color with a button or a program?
Program.
With a program. So there should be something on your computer called Signal RGB. That's who we kind of partner with. If you launch that, you'll be able to change it with Motherboard software. It's pretty cool. They're doing a better job to keep lids on the leaks, yeah. Well, and also because like you just really don't want to be the person who leaked. As somebody who works in R&D and is under an NDA a lot of the times, I'm always terrified that like, because I keep my machines usually off the network, off the internet, so that any benchmarks I'm using don't upload. But there's always that like half-second heart attack when you connect to the internet for something and you're like, oh no. Yeah. Thanks for the help. Yeah, you're very welcome. Some use built-in case controllers for RGB, some don't, some use motherboard headers, some have their own controllers, yeah.
The controllers always have a fallback mode to motherboard, which is what we prioritize.
Mm-hmm. Mainly because then you can also get a lot more color variation.
Yeah.
The AT&T girl, they had to tell her to tone it down. I was watching your Marvel stream, it was good, thank you! Yeah, I was having fun. I think that's going to be a fun game. I'll probably stream that again. Always have Windows install media at hand. Yeah, that's smart. Because it really sucks when you need one and you can't use your PC to download one. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm way behind in chat, but I gotta jump back over to YouTube for a second. Okay. What's your favorite PC specs? favorite. I mean, like, the best I could afford.
Yeah.
Or, like, you know, if I'm not buying it, like, any. What are your thoughts on NZXT, H9, and H6 Flow? I haven't tested any of the NZXT cases, so I couldn't really tell you. I haven't got my hands on them myself. But, yeah, I was like, otherwise, I don't really know too much about NZXT. It's not something that we carry, so I get to test a lot of stuff, but not that. Should I buy off your website or Amazon? I would say website. Actually, okay, especially if the price is the same on both. Buy off our website. Use the code SMS50. That'll get you $50 off if it's over, I think, $1,400. SMS50. And then you can use my affiliate code Kelsey, KELSEY, and that'll get you an extra 3% off.
Yeah.
If you stack those two coupons and it's cheaper than Amazon, I say it's worth it to go from our website.
Mm-hmm.
Do you overclock the RAM in your pre-built PCs? Yes, we clock it up to the speed that it is rated for. The only exception is that if you order through our custom builder and you get the very, very, very high-speed RAM, if that does not run stably on the PC that we have built for you, we will clock it down a bit to make sure that it's stable running on that PC.
Yeah. That's not to say it's never going to run at that speed.
True.
You just got to be patient.
Mm-hmm. BIOS updates in the future may help that with stability. What's your Twitch? Skytech Gaming Official. What are your thoughts on Ryzen 5 5500 paired with a RTX 3060 OC? Fine. Solid. I was like, again, it was last generation, but still solid for a ton of games. Any tips for when I first boot up my PC? 4080 Super 7800X 3D. I have no idea what's the first steps to do. I just want to maximize the performance. Well, okay, it depends. If you bought a PC from us, we will have already, like, got your drivers down. We've already overclocked your RAM for you. It should run at peak. You always obviously want to check in your Windows display settings to make sure that whatever resolution your monitor is that you're outputting at that, you just want to double check that. But for the most part, you're good. Then it's getting into individual games and tweaking settings as you like. But yeah, when you first get it, it's going to be an out-of-box experience, so you're going to create your little account through there, and it's going to kind of run you through the setup. How do you feel about the new Intel GPU ARC B580? Well, I haven't got to test them or anything like that yet, but I liked the first round of Intel cards. I thought they did some pretty good stuff, and as support rolled out for them, they got even better. So if they're competitive at that price, I say go for it. I'm excited to see what Intel does. I like having more competition in that market. How much did the PC cost? I don't know. Nice case. I'm thinking about swapping my Montech Air 1000 Premium for it. Oh yeah, I mean that could definitely be a good option. I mean it's a good all around case. You can't go wrong with it. Is iBuyPower good? I don't know. Okay, which one is this one? Oh, we switched.
Yeah, bottom.
Okay, so like 4.6.
Damn.
Yeah.
Balling out.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, you can kind of tell these are some really good specs, but yeah.
Yeah.
Is Ryzen 7 CPUs bad from AMD? I've never had one.
No, they're good.
They're totally fine. I think the only thing was that somebody made like a post being like, "Wow, I can't believe this thing is happening to my 7800X 3D," and it was user error. The guy installed the CPU incorrectly and bent a pin. And like, so anything you're hearing about those being unstable, it's basically been debunked. Got from Newegg, but it's on y'all's account on Newegg. It's a pre-build. Nice. So yeah, it'll already be basically set up for you. Skytech, I have one of your PCs and it's broken. When are you going to do by per the warranty? When are you going
hit
to
up our customer support.
Yeah,
There's not a channel for that.
Yeah, hit up customer support. If you're still within warranty, obviously that they'll send you a replacement, or they'll troubleshoot because sometimes broken can just be, something's going on, corrupted files, etc. But they'll be able to walk you through that and figure out what's going on.
Yep.
I'm also considering selling my 4060 for 3080 and upgrading my 12600K to an i7 or i9 12th gen. Not a bad option. They just told me to go to a local repair shop. No, it's broken.
Now it's broken?
Told you. Oh, are you out of warranty? Because, I can't imagine they would tell you to go to a local repair shop because those places suck, usually. But if they're saying that you got a bad GPU, I was like, and you're out of warranty, you're probably just gonna need a new GPU.
Yep.
Yeah. If they walked you through that and that's what they came to the conclusion of. I have warranty, they didn't ask me about it. Are you sure you called Skytech Gaming support and you had one of our PCs?
Yeah, this doesn't sound like...
Because, yeah, that doesn't sound like what they would have done. Because I've never heard them, like, say that you should go to a repair shop. Positive? Okay, if you're under warranty, they should have asked that at least. Yeah, I don't know. I would just get in contact with customer service again because... Yeah, something doesn't sound right there. They didn't, like... Because they would have looked up your order to, like, figure that out. Because I can't imagine that they walked you through figuring out that your GPU was bad without asking or seeing if you were under warranty. What are your thoughts on Ryzen 5 5500 paired with an RTX 3060 OC? Totally fine. Whoop. Shit. Where did it go? Since you may need an install media to reinstall Windows if it gets corrupted or if you get a driver that failed. So true. I was dealing with that this morning. Have anyone ever gifted a sub? I do. Yeah, we get gifted subs. What's up, Seneca? How you doing?
Yo.
Please disregard the typos. If you guys don't know, I'm just so when I do tech help on the Discord, I tend to use VCU video. When are you going to play Marvel Rivals again? Probably next weekend at least. It's hard because by the time I get home, I have to make dinner, and I gotta walk the dog, and I gotta do all this stuff, and then I have like about an hour and a half before I go to sleep.
Yikes.
So if people would be down for like an hour and a half stream, I could probably stream during the week, but don't have too much time for that. And that's like when I'm lucky. That's like when I put a pizza in the oven, and I pull that out, and I'm like eating it while gaming.
Damn, dude, the fans are waiting.
I know.
They're hungry for more.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, that's the multiplayer game I'm playing right now, but the thing that took most of my weekend was me actually just playing Dragon Age. Like, I am sucked into that, and I do not have the time to just barrel through it like I used to do.
That's crazy. Your fans are hungry for more.
Yeah.
Don't keep them waiting, dude.
Just having a bad Tremors day for those that join. I'm sorry, Wildcard. We appreciate it, though. You always give really good advice, really good help.
Yeah, shout out Wildcard.
Heard my PC on the second. And by the way, Wildcard, we actually might be getting merch soon, so,
Sick.
yeah, hopefully send some of that your way, because...
Yeah, you earned it.
I ordered my PC on the second, and it's still processing.
Yep, sure is.
Yeah, it could be,
We're hella backed up.
yeah, probably that. It's December. That's the main thing. I honestly, I can't really tell you when it will be done. Because I don't really know what the status on that is, but I would maybe just expect at least a couple more days, to get through the process, just because everyone's ordering for the holidays. Do you guys know the difference between the ASUS 4090 and the Zotac 4090?
Yeah, one's ASUS.
I mean, he's kind of not wrong. It's basically just aesthetic, a little bit different of a heat sink on it, and maybe different fans. But very minimal difference in any kind of performance. Marginal of that.
Yeah, maybe the Asus one is like slightly higher clocked or something.
Yeah. To be honest, new stuff always targets consoles, and I think PS6 will have 4070 level hardware. To take a few business days, not calendar days. Yeah. What's up, Greenfish? Yay, how you doing?
Yo.
I say I can get a little backed up this time of year, so worst case is get a week, maybe two, till you get, yep. Yeah, I'd have to totally agree with that. Mine still said processing to this day, and I ordered on the 28th, yeah. Oh yeah, especially if you order for custom, what is it, not custom, if you order for, live stream, that is very backed up, yeah.
I would definitely recommend, if you want it quick, maybe just get it built normally.
Yeah.
I know this is cool, but like...
If you had the, like, built on live stream and you're waiting for that, we're just very backed up on that one, in particular. So, yeah. And you can always contact customer support for that, and they can change it from, from a live build to just built. I was from YouTube chat. Oh, hey, welcome up. Yeah, sorry, jumping in the two chats, and we got a lot today. Is iBuyPower brand good?
Bro, we
I don't know.
answered that on
We're not
YouTube
them.
already, and we're not iBuyPower.
So yeah, I don't really have any familiarity with their product line. iBuyPower, I buy problems. That's why you said it on
I
me.
ain't saying. All I know is we're the best. I don't care what anyone says.
I was a tech help mod at iBuyPower for 3 years. They're just much larger and a lot more customers. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, we're all SIs. And I like to kind of keep it, like, friendly between all, like, you know, when I go to events and there's other ones
Oh,
there.
yeah, for sure.
I like that, like, little camaraderie.
As long as they know we're the best.
Yeah. Although, I'll tell you this, I hung out with a lot of guys from a bunch of the SIs at this ASUS event. And I specifically hung out with the iBuyPower guys a little bit longer. And you know what? I'll tell you who had the nicest rep. Velstrom.
Who?
Velstrom. It's another SI. And I was like, yeah.
Oh.
So, shout out to them. They're chill.
Yo, Riverbend Gaming! Growing, goddammit. The G always gets me.
Yeah, he really
Riverbend growing.
I just want some decent internet. I can see fiber, but they will not come across the bridge to my house. That sucks.
Same, dude.
Dude, when I moved into my house, too, like, they were like, okay, there's two things that, you know, Spectrum and Frontier here. And I was like, okay, awesome, I want Frontier. And they're like, just kidding, Frontier's not in your neighborhood yet. So months later, Frontier's in my neighborhood, and they're knocking on my door, and they're like, hey, we're much better than Spectrum. And I was like, I know, but I already took a day off to have Spectrum come and do this. So you missed your opportunity. And I slammed the door. Well, not really. Actually, I was very polite. We went back and forth, and then I closed the door. I'm not mean, but... Isn't iBuyPower an OEM? Sometimes. Well, they have some OEM stuff. Sometimes you can have CPU RAM speed limitation to typically on older i5s and lower Intels and Ryzen Qs. True. Yeah, that's always something to be aware of. And you can also even look up your processor and see what its recommended RAM speed, like, you know, is. And I recommend buying RAM within that limitation, so you just don't have any issues. You have to get Intel i9 1400K or newer Intel 5th Gen CPU, knowing that the 15th, while stable, but is more money and less performance than 14900K. Yeah, I don't know, because here's the thing. Yeah, the best Ultra chip runs about as good as the 13900K in benches. And they're not, like, yeah, they're not as hot, but they're not cool. Which was my problem with them. And it's not like they're pulling a ton of wattage or overvolting, so I'm like, where's the heat coming from? It's very weird.
You know, for the vibes.
Yeah, I guess. So I got some amazing news. Oh yeah, awesome.
Hell yeah.
Tell me, Riverbend. Do you know the reason for the red ring of death, the blue light of death, etc. at the time? I know the red ring was because of overheating, right? And,
I think it would overheat and melt solder somewhere in
yeah.
that board.
Mm-hmm. All I know is it happened during Arkham City. Luckily, after I finished the story, but I was going after Victor Zaz, and, like, mid-grapple, it just red ringed, and I was like, that sucked. That game was so good. TSMC used the wrong glue to glue down the chips. Same for NVIDIA cards for the time, yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't know about the NVIDIA cards. I know there was, like, a hack that people would do where they'd wrap it in a towel to, like, try to reapply it, stick it back together. I don't know what the success rate of that was.
And if you're sometimes the card manufacturer still warranty the parts, yeah, that's always a thing too. It was like, you obviously have your warranty with us, but there are also warranties for the individual parts themselves through those manufacturers. Always chase that lead. So, when should I expect this piece of art? Well. About a week. I don't know, how backed up is burning?
Oh, they're not that backed up.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
About a week.
feel like, yeah. Yeah, I'd say about a week. Vertically or horizontally mounted GPU. We like to do it this way, because it's easier to ship, and you don't need a riser cable. riser cables introduce a whole extra just layer of failure. And sometimes you have to go in and set the generation of riser cable just to have it even recognize your GPU, which is very annoying, especially if you are working with a build that doesn't have an iGPU on the CPU. It's very annoying. So that's the main reason. It does look really nice though when you can mount it that way.
You're describing a very specific... Is this from memory?
Yes! I had to do this so many times. It pissed me off. What's up, dudes? How you doing?
Yeah.
What's up, dude? Steady? How you?
I don't mind. Oh.
Merry Christmas, guys. I just got Mexican food now. Get on the Xbox, play some Warzone. Merry Christmas. And happy Mexican food.
True.
Merch? Yeah. We've been piloting some hats in particular. And a t-shirt or two. But yeah.
Yes,
I should have asked for one of the samples, man.
They already jacked them, bro. You think I didn't try?
I know.
Yeah, one of those hats looks really cool. Not the red one.
Oh, the like tan one?
Mm-hmm.
With the two-tone? Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice. I finally get my shirt that Fabian owes me. Here's what y'all saying. Yep. And I'm telling you, man. Like, if we get them in, I'm gonna tell Fabian. I'll like send you that shirt. What's up, Rudder 2?
Yo.
The gaming PC from you guys is super clutch. Nice.
Hell yeah.
ASUS 4090 gets you more gamer bro cred. Indeed. Took a solid week for. Dang, I got so much chat. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm still so far behind in Twitch chat, and I haven't even gone back to YouTube. Took a solid week for mine to ship. Yep. Just asking because I was told my custom PC had to switch to a Zotac 4090 instead of ASUS. Ah, okay. Yeah. Basically, there's nothing. It's the same card. It's just made from a different manufacturer.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, hate to order vacation pay. Yeah. How you doing, Link for Hunter? It all varies. All SIs have cheaper units. They use OEM parts. True. I honestly don't like Zotac aesthetic for GPU. Gigabyte. Asus feel good for me for GPUs. I don't know. I like the Zotac, the one that looks like the Orville.
The Orville?
That's what we decided it looked like. Also, I love my PNY, the little brown one. I don't know why. I think that's like the cutest card. Even NTXT is the same, building is by power and height. True. Welcome back, X-Fade Plays. How you doing? Wild card, I'm living for this tea that you're spelling.
What? Where?
No, just about iBuy Power's management and social media. And
Oh, damn.
Well, we appreciate you being on our side. My vacation money disappears at the end of the year. Oh, I feel that. I know, I found out too that like our sick time actually disappears at the end of the year, and I was like, oh shoot.
Hell no, you gotta use all that up.
Well, I was like trying to like gather as much as I could so I can take a vacation for my anniversary next year. But I was like, oh, okay, shoot, yeah, like I got. Well, I got like about 3 months to build up some more PTO.
Oh, I thought you had 3 months of PTO.
No,
I was about to be like, holy shit.
Where do you think we live? Like Europe? No. No, man.
Civilized nation?
Oh, that's so funny. No, my fiance is like 3 weeks saved up, and I'm like, man, I wish I could take you away for 3 weeks, but that's not gonna happen. I can take you away for like maybe a week, and then I can send you on a plane to go see your family for 2. This was a bonus money buy, LOL. Nice. Hey, treat yourself. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. What I liked about working at Thermaltake is that you could cash out your paid time off.
Yeah.
So that was nice. Cause like when I left, I basically got 2 checks.
Nice. Currently running Epic Game, no prob, playing. I got my PC from a rental place. Not sure what model, LOL, but it's Skytech Gaming. Super fun. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Got my Azure with 4090. Thank you. You guys do incredible work.
Oh, appreciate it, man.
Thank you. We've had 3 Mbps DSL here for the last 20 years. That's
my
so
God.
I use Starlink. It's
I am
not bad.
so sorry.
Game with its spikes here and there. Yeah. One of our coworkers who moved out to Indiana is using Starlink for it. And he's still able to play, Helldivers with us. No
Dang.
problem.
Indian.
My little town, they built new houses around me, so maybe getting upgrades. That's what the internet company says in January. But they lied to me 2 years ago, said I would have it in a month. Dang. But yeah, once the new builds start running in, I'm sure they're gonna start running that. Taking a horse to a glue factory is different than taking a GPU there. True. I remember the red ring of death on the 360. They'd even put it in the oven. Yeah. I gave mine to my friend who said he could fix it. And I bought, I can't remember, some kind of parts for him. And then he was like, yeah, it turned on for like a minute and then it died again. And I was like, cool, and now the warranty's voided. Love that. Got fiber at home, nice.
I got a monitor with my order. Are they going to be shipped together? Most likely not. You'll probably get the monitor first, if anything.
Yeah, unfortunately they kind of just, because it's easier for us to ship a monitor than a PC.
Yeah,
if
like
it has to be built,
the monitor order is just like, okay, process, okay, gotta find it in the warehouse, okay, off the shipping.
Mm-hmm. Didn't realize you guys were on Twitch at the same time. Find you on YouTube. Hey, welcome in. Yeah, we double stream, and sometimes we even stream on more platforms. But even right now, I'm having a hard time juggling both. So yeah, lots of chatting. Yeah. Honestly, this channel's popping off. Like,
Nice.
I'm really for Germany. Fabian, bring the hats. Yeah, for real, Fabian, bring the hats. Also supposed to be getting a monitor from the same... Oh, sorry, I already read that. Boop, boop, boop. Still waiting for squirrel merch. I mean, if anything, you're gonna get the seal. That was like our
That's our actual mascot.
But, yeah. You guys team red or team blue?
No team.
Yeah.
Team saving money.
That, so, red.
Yes, team red. In both ways. Don't read into that.
No, one's right though. Obviously, I'm gonna go with best bang for my buck. Always.
Always. I rarely ever get new hardware as it's like dropping.
I got 17 days of vacation days saved up because I suck at taking vacations. Oh my gosh, 17 days.
Damn.
I would like go away.
Away?
I would do some cool stuff. Do you guys feel cool knowing how to build a PC?
That's alright.
Yeah. Like, nobody ever, like, lines up at work to, like, watch me build a PC and swoon. When they do that, then yeah, I'll probably feel pretty cool. Maybe knows me first. He's ripped on me for the other tech company shirt I was wearing, coincidentally. Sure. That's true, yeah, I'm in Indiana, weirdly. Yeah, well, I mean, he was even showing us the real estate there. I can see. I'm like, oh, okay. Intel got complacent and fell behind. True. Team my bank account having money. So true.
Yeah, team my bank account.
Checked my first 10,000 steps on Fitbit last night. That was pretty neat. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. The one day that you will get the most steps in. I also have like a little step counter on my watch. If you ever have to move, like even just bringing junk into the house, not even like taking. Oh my gosh, there was like a day where I had like 18,000 steps, and I was just like, ow! And it was just from loading things into a moving truck, loading things out of a moving truck, taking them upstairs. Oh my gosh. But always good when you hit that 10K. It don't hurt knowing how to do your own hardware testing and repair. It's so true. It's so nice knowing how to do that. And you do get to feel really cool when, like, someone's having an issue and you just go and you fix it. And you're like,
True.
Yeah, whatever.
Especially when it's, like, something simple.
Mm-hmm. It's probably my Christmas present to me for the next 3 to 4 years. LOL. I think you picked a good one, though. I think that's a good buy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What if SpaceX buys Intel? Why would they buy Intel?
Why would they buy Intel?
They're worth less than Intel? Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, Intel might be having, like, rough times and all that, but they're still Intel at the end of the day.
Yeah, dude.
I have the Pixel Watch 3. I've really enjoyed using it. Also upgraded from an iPhone 13 to a Pixel 9 Pro. Nice. I like the Pixels a lot. I'm a big Android fan, though, so. Did someone ask you why a PC won't power on? Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that. That's, like, my favorite kind of troubleshoot. Alright, jumping back over to YouTube. What's up, Ant-Man? Okay. Oh, hey, Fabian.
What's up, dude?
I was like, sorry, I was on Twitch chat, now I'm back onto YouTube, and I see Fabian. I want to know, is it normal for my motherboard not to power on at all without a CPU, but when I put the power supply on, I can see the motherboard RGB? Yes. Yeah, it won't power on at all because the CPU is basically channeling power through it. But yeah, if you plug into it, it will usually, the residual stuff powers the RGB. So yeah, totally normal. Gotta go. Okay, bye, Fabian.
Alright, bye, Fabian.
Are these being shipped with the BIOS update so the i9 doesn't melt itself? Yes.
Yes, and it never did, really.
Yeah.
Kelsey can...
Yeah, I can tell you, I had hands-on experience with the i9s from 13th gen's inception, basically, to 14th gen, and they've always been hot. They've always been, on certain boards, overvolting themselves. So, I never passed boards that overvolted those CPUs to, like, insane levels, which is why I usually favored ASUS boards. They tended to clock it a lot lower and still get similar performance. So my theory is certain motherboards incentivized overvolting it to look best in benchmarks, so people would buy their board. And then inadequate cooling on it on top of that. So we didn't really run into that as much of an issue. I'm not saying that like there weren't any like calls about that, because I actually don't even know. But from what I was hearing from RMA, they saw more bad AMD chips coming back than bad Intel chips, especially the i9s. So the other thing is that we usually put those contact frames on them, and that could maybe be one of the things that did it. We didn't have enough data to figure out decisively why it was that we were not having that issue. But like I said, I think it's a lot more of the people building at home, enthusiasts, putting like a 240 on this thing that just gets way hot and not realizing that it was overvolting itself. Yeah.
Dude, I remember at TwitchCon,
Mm-hmm.
I had to build in the stupid ass Helios, and it was when the 12th gen had first dropped. Yes, and we couldn't top mount the 420.
Mm-hmm.
And like they didn't want to take off the front fan, so to save time, my old boss at Thermaltake just gave us a 240, and that's what the fucking I'm pretty sure they still sent it to a workshop to get like, you know, it's like show must go on type beats.
Yeah.
So
Oof.
I hope whatever streamer got that it got the right cooler.
Yeah.
Because they still had the 420 fits, but it has to be front mounted.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you for the hydrate and posture check. Guys are doing an IRL screen. Wish me luck. Good luck!
Good luck!
Or break a leg.
True. But yeah, dude, imagine being on stage and trying to fucking top mount with 420 and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, this isn't gonna happen. And then there's like a live crowd watching you.
I'm so sorry.
I will forever hate the Helios forever. It's gonna be on my gravestone, fuck the Helios.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
no,
You
they
shouldn't
did
be
you
sorry,
so.
you're not
They
ASUS.
did you so dirty. Like, I can't even believe that.
Yeah.
I'd say it could be a bad PSU, etc., but also could be something as simple as a fan header prevent power and getting weak connection on the very first fan header. They try reseating it, magically turns on. Yep. Yeah, there's so many. Ugh. But I used to, obviously do QC, so I used to get a lot of PCs that wouldn't turn on, and I'm just like, oh yeah, this is my shining moment. For 3080, which CPU upgrade would be a better choice, 12700K or 12900K?
Neither. I'd say like a 5600 X3D for a 3080.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that. Or counterpoint, 13600K.
13600K, yeah. If you don't want to swap motherboards.
That is a Goldilocks
That's
chip.
actually,
right there.
that's probably a better idea if you don't want to swap motherboards.
Yeah, but they're already running a 12600K, so I don't know if it's that much of a.
Bro, don't upgrade. You don't need to upgrade.
Yeah, you're probably fine.
Yeah, like if anything, put that money towards a whole new computer in like 3 years.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think you're good with that 12.6 and 3080. I don't think it's gonna be
Yeah,
much
like
of an issue.
your combo is like perfect.
Especially if you're playing in 1440p,
Mhm.
which with a 3080 you should be.
I use a 120 for a 14. Sure, bro. I'm sure. What temps do you get in the BIOS?
Intel extended their warranty on all SKUs affected by 2 years. Anything can have bad batches to happen. Exactly, yeah. But, like, from everything Intel was telling us, they're like, hey, it's the motherboards. And then the motherboard manufacturers are basically being like, no, it's the chips. And
Yeah.
from my research and everything I had observed from working with those chips for years, very intimately, I agree with Intel that it was actually the motherboard's fault.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, drama.
And I think that's one of the reasons why we didn't have, like, that issue, really, is because I
You're
had
so
to
picky.
approve all the motherboards, and I wasn't letting them overroll.
That's right.
That's right.
W. Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
Contra
There's the meme
W.
of me being, like, over the child.
Everybody put Contra W in the chat.
You don't have to do that, don't
Yes,
worry.
you do.
What happened with the Helios? Don't worry, he doesn't
Don't
want to.
worry.
He doesn't want to have
It's
the
a traumatic
flashbacks.
experience. Alright. This PC is done. It is finished. It looks really nice. All
Lovely.
blacked out with the RGB. You want to do nighttime mode so it disappears?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Look at this.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yes, yes, sir. Very nice, very cool. AIO display. Cool stuff. Alright. Where is this going up to next?
Alright, this PC is done. Just gonna go and get Windows put on it. All the drivers that you need. So out of the box, it's ready to go. You can just set up your profile, download your game launchers, you're good to go. We're also going to stress test this, make sure these components work and work under load, and when it passes all that, it'll be headed to you. So watch out for it, and thank you for ordering with us.
Yep. Yeah, now that it's built, it should only be about a week. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The real slowdown is in processing and construction.
Yeah. But yeah, lovely PC. I think you're going to have a really great time with this. And yeah, I think it's a great Christmas present to yourself.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, like, who gets you the best Christmas presents?
Yourself.
Like, that's
No one knows you like you know.
yourself. So sometimes you gotta, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it be. It's so pretty, yes.
Dude, I've been working so fucking hard that I have a layer of skin receding.
Oh my god.
Cause you know, like when your fingers get like callous,
Yeah.
without layer is not enough.
Free this man.
Dude, everything I touch is shocking me today.
Dude, no, especially in here, in this room, oh my gosh. Everything I touched
the
was like,
AC, the controls.
yeah. It's dry. Oy. What motherboards do I use? Just ASUS. Not just all ASUS. But it's ASUS, MSI, Gigabyte, and ASRock. And yeah, they have to go through approval through me though. So they're all tested beforehand just to make sure that they run well. Oh my gosh, Kev, so sorry.
Huh?
I totally forgot to check my
Okay. It's alright, I heard the knock.
phone. I'm so sorry. Because I was like, oh yeah, he'll probably just text me when he's here. And then I never look at my phone when I'm on stream. Cause yeah.
And then I heard him rustling there and getting parts. Like,
My chance is now or never.
I'm allowing hell, yes. Very nice. Alright. On to our next one. Whoop, hold on. Alright, Muddy Rudder.
Money, bro. What a funny sounding username.
I love it, actually.
Yeah.
Also, because obviously it's like a Muddy Rudder, but it makes me think of, there's a duck, the Ruddy duck, and it's like the most beautiful duck you've ever seen. Like, like you know when like people make those little wood ducks, and all, like it's like
Yeah.
it was
Oh, with the green neck and shit?
made to be one of those, the Ruddy duck. It's like a blue bill. I don't know, weird birding things. Anyways,
Bill.
new Skytech should be arriving in a couple of days. I assume the team checks for BIOS updates before shipping.
Yeah, of course. More than just BIOS updates.
Now, granted, as months go on, especially if it's a very cutting edge new builds, especially like new Intels and all that, I would check for BIOS updates a couple months down the line
Yeah.
and update then just to get a little bit more performance out of it. But yeah.
I think a lot of Asus mobos will do that for you if I'm recalling correctly. With through the little app.
Like ASRock to me is like top tier. ASRock's fantastic. I've really been enjoying their stuff. Are y'all hiring? They look building computers. Not currently, I don't think. Done 5 BIOS updates since I got my 1400K 2 months ago. It's crazy. My older PC I got since 2016 never needed a single BIOS update. LOL. Yeah. I mean, even anytime that your PC is kind of just acting weird too, I recommend doing a BIOS update. I was having blue screens all of a sudden on my workstation. Did a BIOS update. Hadn't been BIOS updated in a while.
Nah. You skipped the part of the story. How many months passed between the blue screens and the BIOS?
I mean, it wasn't like a common blue screen, so like, whatever.
It was every time she unplugged or plugged a USB drive. So imagine how
Yeah,
common
yeah.
you go to do that.
Well, and then I went and I deleted the driver, and I got a new driver, and that didn't fix it. So I was like, you know what? I got so many other things to fix. My own PC is fine. But yeah, it's like when you work at a place where you fold like clothes all day, and then you get home and you just kind of throw everything in a pile. Yeah, it's
yeah,
that.
Like when you're a mechanic and your own car is a shit box.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I love watching you build my PC from the ground up. Unfortunately, okay, no worries. Have a good night.
Yeah. Have a good night. You tell me the difference from a Ryzen 7 7700X and Ryzen 7 7700, and one with a G at the end. Okay, so the chips that have the G at the end have onboard graphics, which is kind of weird because so does the 7700X and the 7700, I'm pretty sure. But that's usually what the G denotes in an AMD chip. But the 7700X is just a little bit higher clocked than the 7700. I can tell you from running both of them, the 7700 is a fantastic choice. The 7700 is a fantastic choice because it runs significantly cooler than the 7700X. The 7700X, because it was that first batch of AMD chips that came out, it has this thing where it runs to a certain heat point no matter what kind of cooler you put on it. The 7700 does not have that. So if you put it like, even just like a tower cooler on it, the 7700 will be in the 60s. And because of that, because it's not running as hot, it benches nearly the same as the 7700X. And it might be a bit cheaper, so that's why I recommend the 7700X, or 7700 over the 7700X if you have the option and it's cheaper. But the 7700X is totally fine, and is technically the better chip in benchmarks. But they're both 8 cores, they're both relatively the same chip. The G or A GPUs, though. A GPUs are different from their own. That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. So, yeah, basically a better iGPU. Well, are you wrestling a box when you go off camera? Most of the time. Yeah.
Yep, pretty much. I'm bringing all the parts in the case.
Does Skytech use the included fan on the i5-13400F? No.
No.
No, we don't use stock coolers. Not on the 13th gens at least. I ordered a custom PC from Skytech 2 days ago, and there was no option for King 95 Black. Is this something you have to write on the notes for the builder?
No, should be.
No, it was like, I mean, maybe we were like temporarily out of them.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
We should always have this.
Yeah, very strange though. You maybe see if getting contact with customer service and maybe they could like
Yeah.
switch that out for you, because like it was ordered 2 days ago. I know they're a little backed up in there. It probably hasn't been built
You
yet.
got time.
Yeah, they could probably intercept that and change it to a black one if you wanted. Best RTX GPU under $350. Under $350. I don't really know what's going for $350 right now, honestly. I don't really know the market price of GPUs. Probably like 3060 Ti. Why do I feel like if I get a tower cooler for my build that it's going to be too tall, then I'm not going to be able to put my side panel on. Sometimes that can happen, yeah. That's why you just want to look at your case dimensions. But majority of them are kind of built with that in mind. There are certain cases, though, that are just particularly thin. But if the case is built with like 40 series in mind, as far as GPUs, it's probably wide enough, because those cards are huge. What motherboard should I pair? A Ryzen 7 7800X 3D and a 4070 Super. Honestly, like X670 if you need that good. But you could still go B650 if you really wanted to. You're just gonna get more performance out of that 7800X 3D on an X670 board or X870. For some reason they skipped the 7s. It just goes to 6 or 8, but both of them are good. This guy really went off. He's kept just like your customer service. I guarantee you we're not getting the full story. Oh, because you got it through a local shop and not online.
Then that's not our
But they have a
problem.
warranty card and everything. Yeah, that sounds like you didn't actually get a Skytech. Okay, that makes sense then. There's always something they always love to leave out of stories. It's
Yeah,
like,
I know, right?
Why would customer service tell you that? Is there something you're not telling us?
Yeah.
Ah. You know something funny? I bought a PC from a friend that told me its RAM was 7200 megahertz, so I ran with it, and I would get so many problems with it, games crashing, blue screens, and a bunch of other things. Thought it was the CPU because it was an i9-14900K, so I did a bunch of research, and at the end, what was giving me problems was the RAM because it was a 6400 megahertz kit, and the seller was running this, and oh my gosh, so they sold you a kit that wasn't even actually rated at that.
Damn.
That is so messed up. Yay. Yeah. Like, not to mention 7200 megahertz itself can still be kind of unstable. Probably not in 14900K. You'd probably be able to get that pretty stable. But yeah, clocking a 6400 megahertz kit up to 7200, good luck. What is better, the i7 6700 or the 2200G? Honestly, both of those are pretty bad, and I wouldn't really be able to compare them because they're very outdated, and I don't really have a lot of info on them because of that. I would skip on both. I'd rather consider AMD for the upgradability of the socket from your Ryzen 3 2200G. You could upgrade in the future the Ryzen 7 5800X 3D. Yeah, that's actually the money there. Go for the AMD one because of its upgradability. Do not get a 6th generation Intel. I really like that I'm upgrading my PC, but I'm also getting my brother an upgrade because of my upgrade. Yeah, that's always nice. It's like the trickle-down effect. Well, it's a nice PC. I have one with a Ryzen 9 5900X, 128 gigabytes of RAM, and an RTX 4070 Ti Super. Nice. Can I get a free PC? No, sorry. Alright, jump back over to Twitch. What's up, Master Killer? How you doing? How many computers has he built in his lifetime? Thousands. Like, probably an even higher number than we could imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Swishy Side Up? How you doing?
Yo, yo, yo.
Blue screening can be because RAM, PSUs, bad components, sometimes bad window drivers or window bugs. So true, yeah. But especially with brand new PCs, RAM usually is the issue, which is why it's always the first thing to kind of check. But after a while, I usually say it's corrupted files in Windows. That usually ends up being the second biggest issue. Remember a few years ago when y'all was Marvel Racing and giving out free computers? I know.
Not anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of dead now, but who knows what the future holds. Probably not giving out a bunch of free computers anymore. But maybe still some fun stuff. Oh, thank you so much for the subscription, Master Killer. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
We've been moving into a new building slowly, yes. And actually, we're going to be out of this building in December, so...
It is December.
Oh. Well, you know, the end of it. So yeah, we're desperately trying to scramble to get the new studio set up so that we can do this without interrupting. Buy a new gaming PC, transfer old gaming PC to office, transfer old office PC to home, automation, PC, win-win, Drew. You're welcome. When I have money, I'm gonna give the most possible subs I can. Oh, thank you. But treat yourself too. Don't worry about us. Yeah. Squishy side up those. It's like... Nice PC. I use a laptop with integrated graphics and I'm happy with it. Yeah, I mean, I always say the best system is what works for whatever you're playing, you know what I mean? I'm 12 parents. Oh, yeah. Well, invest it. It's like, start a Roth IRA now. Yeah, I'm thinking about how when I was a kid, like even a young kid, my like family from back east would send $50 on my birthday, like in a check, and how I should have been putting that into like a savings account. But instead, I would just let my mom cash it and then buy me something with it. But you're really not thinking about retirement when you're like 7.
No, I just started.
They don't tell you that you should be. Let me double check. Probably missing a lot of things. Okay, I checked. Dude, it's so funny. All my local groups, because like it was really windy here, have just been talking about like, hey, so this blew into my yard. Whose is this? Since the wind. It's very funny.
What was it?
Oh, there's like several posts of people being like, hey, couch cushion in my yard. Someone's recycling bin in my yard.
Holy shit, is that windy over there with you?
Yeah.
Damn.
Is the Intel 13th and 14th gen flaw fixed or still there? No, they fixed it. There's like no problem with that. And you can still change like some of the pre-built settings, set settings in your BIOS too, to bounce between those and figure out what works best for your machine. I found that on like the MSI ones especially, they're like Intel defaults like ironically runs hotter than the Intel Performance Unlocked. And I was like, what? Did you guys mess these up? Like, but regardless, they've basically kneecapped it. Gonna save a little money for OLED. Ooh, those are so nice.
Oh yeah.
Although sometimes I feel like they'd be wasted on me because I'm the person who turns my brightness way the heck down on my monitor so that my eyes don't hurt. I was playing a game yesterday and everything was like super dark. And everything was like super dark. I was like, man, I really should turn the brightness up on my PC. Nah. Took an arrow lake to my knees meme. Oh, that's good. A lot of Intel boards for a while. They were forcing 5 GHz, all core by default. Yeah. Like, quite literally. And I was seeing, like, V-cores and, like, the 1.35s. Like, you gotta be kidding me, like. But once they kind of, like, matured for a bit, and you got the BIOS updates out, and a lot of the boards would kind of come and tamper that. There were still some boards that wouldn't, though. I used to use the Velocita, because that thing would crank those CPUs way the heck up and pull a bunch of wattage. So I'd always plug the Velocita into my power supply testing bench, because, like, I needed to pull as much wattage as possible. Fun times.
Was that one of the ones?
The Velocita, yeah, had, like, a lot of... But, granted, I think we only really used those at the beginning, like, before it... Like, so every board was doing it at the beginning.
Right.
And then I think it got better, but yeah. It's kind of like how DDR5 at the beginning, I was just, like, failing RAM sticks because none of them were stable, even at, like, 5200 megahertz at first. Wild. Yeah. Guys, what do you want for Christmas? I'm curious.
I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say some cast iron, but I think I'm actually gonna get some of that. Yeah. This morning though, I was driving to work and I was like, man, I forgot how much I wanted an acoustic guitar, and like, I was like, dang, I should have remembered that.
You should get the DJT edition.
No. I wanted this one Fender that was really sick.
Bro's importing counterfeit goods.
No. I really don't need anything actually. I just, you know, things to want.
Yeah, pretty much. All my needs are covered.
Mhm.
All my knees are covered.
Yeah.
Because I'm wearing pants. Haha.
Been denied for 8 years or so. Was not complaining, just be nice. Yeah. Jeez, yeah. Yeah, my brother's on disability and it was a freaking fight to get that.
Damn.
Yeah. And it's fixed. I'll stick on AM4 with my recently acquired ASUS Prime X470 Pro Ryzen 5 2600X and 16 gigs of Patriot Viper 4000 megahertz. Underclocked to 3600 for stability reasons. Yeah, I didn't even know that DDR4 could go to 4000 megahertz, like that it would sell that way. In 2018, I had a Core i7 4770K, and I was able to sell my platform and upgrade to Zen 2 for pretty much nothing. I'm going to make my AMD iGPU VRAM to 2 gigabytes, and the performance improved a bit. Nice. Only because the system's broken for someone with neurological or Parkinson's-like systems, yeah. I'll call this PC paradise. Nice. What do you guys do BIOS-wise to new builds? Enable XMP or just leave it at default? Basically, XMP is the main thing that we do in there. Obviously, we also update your BIOS. But, yeah. That way you don't have to actually get in there and mess with anything. Can't wait to get my CPU so I can see my PC boot up for the first time. Nice. Always fun. Dude, so I was like, I got this one place in my yard where I'm like, you know what, this would be perfect for a hot tub. But like, I don't got hot tub money. Have you seen the like inflatable ones that you can get?
I haven't.
Oh my god, I was like, that is so perfect. I'll like literally like that thing up into like in the late fall through winter, early spring, and then like, oh, it's getting hot outside and I want that area for like hanging out. Roll that up, put it in the garage.
That's kind of damn. You're on,
I know, right?
You're onto something with that one.
Galaxy brain.
How much are they?
Like, I don't know actually. I can't remember. I don't think they're that expensive. I think
Go
they're a
to
couple $100.
Costco.com. Let's find out.
Are you tired? I'm always tired, man.
It's called being an adult.
I would love to not be tired. Oh man, when I started getting on that new medication too, I was like, this could be the reason for my tired.
No.
And like, no.
No. How many
Either
COVIDs
that or I
have you
need
had?
more. What?
How many COVIDs have you had?
3 COVIDs.
Fuck! You don't think one of those was a long one?
I mean, yeah, but not for the tired. I was tired before then.
Oh, well, I'm sure that just added it to the pile.
Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. Inflatable hot tub. Yeah, dude, look at this. Look at this. This is so affordable. 5 to 7 people. I mean, probably if they're like sitting on top of each other, but like.
400.
Yeah,
It's,
okay.
it's affordable, yeah, for a hot tub.
More than
More than a fucking real one, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
so
and
this
she's
is
like sitting on top of it. What the hell?
reasonably, like,
How
4
sturdy is
people.
that thing?
Going.
We're on.
QVC. I know. That's why it's.
That's hilarious. This whole stream is like the runoff, or like the.
It comes with a cover,
Wow.
right?
It looks like a boat. Those people look shocked.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way that they're all just like with all the room.
They're
like watching this lady
their
get
legs
into
are
it.
on top of each other.
Yeah. I think 3 people if you don't want to touch at all.
Yeah, because they're not gay.
Yeah.
5 feet apart.
But yeah, I don't know why. I was just like, yeah, that is the move. That is the move. Man, maybe that's what I want for Christmas. Inflatable hot tub. What's the cheapest PC you guys offer?
Look on our website and hit sort
yeah.
by lowest price.
Yeah, I think we got one that's like in the 550s that's like, it's kind of outdated hardware, but it's not as bad as some of the outdated $500 PCs that you'll find on Amazon.
It's less bad than that.
Yeah, less bad than that, but not too great. But we got like a range of stuff, so check it out. Check out my PC. If I get the 2-year warranty, will it be a total of 3 years? Like added on?
I would contact CS. I don't.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But make sure you register it too.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what they mean by the extra year.
Mm-hmm. If you have like 32 gigabytes of RAM, I would recommend to crank the IGP memory to 4 gigabytes of shared memory to make more VRAM intensive games run a little better. What I/O connector do I connect to my fan hub to control RGB from my case? Totally depends on your fans and the controller. But usually the case will have,
On the motherboard side, I can say it's going to be the 5-volt addressable RGB connector.
yeah.
I don't know what hub you're using. That you're going to have to see
Yeah.
what connects into what.
Basically, check out your controller, check out your fans, check out your case and what's kind of all there.
Yeah.
Plug thing to thing, you know what I mean? I'm on medication. I've been super tired during the day. I recently decided to take the medication at night, and it makes me feel tired at bedtime rather than all day. Yeah, if you can do that, that's usually like the hot setup, and then have a good sleep.
Yeah.
Does a 5.9-inch LGA 1700 tower cooler exist?
I don't know.
5.9-inch, maybe, yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Damn, dude, for real though, like the first day I was taking like cough meds or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I was sleeping so good.
Yeah. Cheapest PC is the Shadow 7 with the Ryzen 7 5700 and the AMD Radeon RX 7600. It's perfect for 1080p games for medium to high textures. Yeah, that's actually a great recommendation.
Shadow 4.
Loving my Legacy, by the way. It came with the 4080 Super
Hell
gigabyte
yeah.
card, which I'm very happy about, but did not come with full RGB fans in the front or back.
It should have. What do you mean?
Wait, the Legacy?
Yeah.
That one does?
Well, if they ordered an AIO, yes, that's already 3 fans. The SOP is still to add RGB fans though, for that case.
Interesting. It's a basic starter PC though for someone that hasn't owned one before for basic games, etc. True. Especially the games that you like are like a little bit older too. Yeah, you can get a lot of mileage out of that. RGB is standard and ARGB. It's not when AIOs use their own. Wish Windows would fix it, overriding AMD graphics drivers with an older... For real, that is actually a huge issue. Cooler Master Hub. Not super familiar with that one. But yeah, I'd maybe read the manual that comes with that, like, with the hub. Because even I gotta do that when I test new fans sometimes. Cooler Master Hub says connect the reset switch to the hub. I did that and the reset button doesn't work. Yeah. Well, I mean, that makes sense, because basically it's just like a 2-prong that's coming off of that button. So anything that you connect that to, if you connected the reset, like, cable to the power header, your reset will then become the power button. You know what I say? So if it wants you to connect that to the hub, then it basically is saying that it wants your reset button to become the RGB button. Let me say? This PC builder needs at least 100 likes on this video for his stash alone. He's got a pretty good one, I won't lie.
Thank you.
Skytech, the only company that lets coupon stack. I use 3. Heck yeah! No,
Hell
that's
yeah, bro!
it.
Oh my god. Sometimes, I swear, it's like the rush just comes from saving money more than actually buying the thing.
Yeah, well, like my brother-in-law needed a PC, and I was like, oh, say no more. I was like, here's what you do.
You stacked them up?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, the coupons were better last week before they found that bug. Dustin, like, told me. We were talking about something else. He's like, bro, a lot of PCs sold for bad margin. I was like, oh, sorry, man.
Oof. What's up, Katsu? How you doing?
Yo, what up?
If you ever need someone in the lab, holler. Yeah, we'll do. What do you think is cheaper for me, the i5 12600KF or the K model? Probably the KF, but I was like, they're basically the same. Where you get Skytech coupons from? I used to be embarrassed when my mom would pull out a stack of coupons at the grocery store. Nah, man, mom was smart. Coupons are great. But yeah. Most of the time it's like, sometimes they'll advertise one like on the website, or if you sign up for like the newsletter or the text messages, you'll get one. And then affiliate codes, some of them add to that.
Dude, one of my buddies found a random code in a video review and he put it in and it worked.
Nice. My PC is coming this Friday. I wish it would get here faster. Heck yeah. Well, you know what? Get hyped for it. It's on its way.
It's on his way.
I have $200 to buy a GPU and power supply. Should I go used or new? For a GPU and a power supply, I think you
I
gotta
go new on the
used.
power supply.
Yeah, that's a good point. But for $200
Oh.
for both, I feel like you gotta go used.
Dang. That's kind of tough.
But yeah, in general, you'd want to go for the newer power supply.
GPUs, if you do your due diligence, you can get some good deals used, but it's still a risk.
Should I be worried about tariffs affecting computer part prices next year?
Yes.
Man, that's the question on everyone's mind. Is the,
I mean, historically, yes.
Yes.
Pretty much.
But yeah,
Buy as soon as you can.
probably
for
doesn't
months.
hurt to get your
No.
electronics now, you know. I want to wait until the new 50 series releases, but I don't know if I should. Ah, yeah. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is the best indie game of the
50
year.
series ain't coming anytime soon. I'd say pull the trigger if you want
Also, for all we know, 50 series could suck. Like,
to.
yeah, I've got a lot of coworkers playing the Indiana Jones game. I'm probably not gonna pick it up. Like, not saying that
I'm getting some positive stuff, so it's kind of tempting.
Yeah, no, like it's gotten like really good, word of mouth around here. Like, so that's exciting. But I got way too much of a backlog. But yeah. Also, I feel like, is anything gonna top Lego?
Indiana Jones?
That game was so good.
Shit, you're right. I might just go back and play
Right.
Lego Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Like politics would affect my games, yeah. I feel you on that. Indie Game of the Year, dad joke. Okay, that's actually very funny. Nothing tops Lego, to be honest, yeah. I can't, like, I still will say, the best superhero video games, the Lego ones. Like,
I think the only Lego games that were a miss were the Harry Potter ones.
even those I had a lot of fun with. But
You
yeah,
played
you're
those?
not right. Like, they're the weaker ones. I would say.
Yeah.
But the thing about the Lego ones is, like, you really gotta give Lego this. They're just like, do you want, like, 150 characters?
Yeah.
That, like, characters that are so obscure that, like, the child who this game is packaged for is not gonna know them.
Yeah.
But you, random nerd, you'll recognize this character, and I did. Yep.
I remember playing Lego Star Wars was my introduction into Star Wars.
That's why
I
don't
played
know,
the
man.
games before I saw the first 3 movies.
See, I had a sci-fi loving father, so I was raised on that. It was like, here's your bottle, and here's your Star Wars. Unless Lego Horizons, that one flopped apparently.
Aww, wait.
Because it's kind of like, well, it's based off a video, so like, why don't you just go
The
play
video
the
game
actual
based off a
video
video
game? Like, I could see that, because the actual video game's really good, so like, why Lego it? I guess if kiddos want to play it, but, yeah. Turns out there's not that many kiddos out there actually buying Lego games, it was just us propping up that whole market. Imagine.
I was a kid buying Lego games, but it was like recognizable titles.
Yeah. X-Men Legends and Legends 2. X-Men Legends is like one of my favorite video games. On the GameCube, I used to play it with my siblings, and my sister would play as Jean Grey, and she would always levitate the, like, containers that exploded and accidentally kill all of us. And that was the game that actually got me obsessed with Rogue, and got me basically into my entire X-Men addiction and comic books. Loved those games.
Oh, your sister likes Jean Grey. Oh, okay. The dots are starting to connect.
And Ultimate Alliance is also really good, but I just prefer the X-Men, because, then you can tell a much tighter story. It doesn't have to be like, oh, everybody's getting involved here. It's just X-Men drama. Like, who is Rogue sleeping with? If she could. I'm not even lying. They had the freaking love triangle in that game, too, and you're just like, man, they have a whole part where you just walk around the mansion and you talk to people, and they're like, here's my drama. And I'm like, this is why I play this game. Because the X-Men are messy. I love them for that. It's messy. I like how the violence in Lego games are just guys dissolving into pixels. Yeah.
No, they break into little pieces first, and then they dissolve.
Played Lego Star Wars at a buddy's house years before watching the movie.
Yeah, dude, that's how I. Yep. What does your sister think of Anna Paquin?
I don't think she thinks... Well, she liked True Blood, so she probably likes her.
Oh, I thought.
But, like, as Rogue,
Oh.
my sister doesn't really, professionally X-Men, so...
Professionally.
Lego games are always great with the license. Yeah, they do a good job. Jean Grey, Wolverine, Cyclops. I mean, there was a little bit of that in there, but even back, they were, like, hollering to, like, hello, obscure comic fans, with the whole, like,
Hollering.
let's talk about Rogue and Magneto's previous relationship, and, like,
Wait,
being
what?
jealous.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, that was a thing in the comics.
What the hell?
Yeah. In, oh my gosh, I'm totally freaking blanking. In one of the timelines, Rogue is married to Magneto, and they, like, rule the Savage Land or what have you. And they got, like, a kiddo. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're just on and off, low-key toxic relationship stuff. Yeah. Again, messy. I love the messiness of the X-Men.
So what I don't get though is if Professor Xavier is supposed to be Martin Luther King and Magneto's Malcolm X, why the fuck are the names flipped?
Because it's loosely based on.
Right.
Age of Apocalypse. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I was like, wait, which... I almost said House of M, and I was like, that's completely incorrect. Yeah. I think Mystique and Magneto were probably a thing. Nah.
Mystique
Mystique actually had Destiny, which is the whole... We're getting into, like, comic book lore, and it gets wild. Rogue's power is to absorb powers, right? Yes. What's up, Cowboy Dizzy Gaming? How you doing?
Yo.
They did great on the cartoon they brought back. Yeah, I was enjoying it a lot. Although I found it so strange how I was like, okay, are we doing like Junji Ito? Like, in this, like, strangely they were like, yeah, it's the 90s X-Men. And then we're gonna add some, like, very interesting horror elements where the bodies are all like, like, when they die. And I was like, okay. Somebody else's influence got into this, and they're like, yeah, let's Junji Ito this. Or, like, maybe not Junji Ito, but, like, you know, that kind of, like, very dark horror aspect that I was like, okay. Look at the 3060 Ti on eBay for $130 right now. Do you think there's a better deal? Probably not. Honestly, that sounds pretty good. Got a question. I'm building my first PC on Friday, but can I just plug everything in and not need to install any, like, BIOS? So, it's like, technically, yes, you can just plug everything in, it will turn on, but it will go to the BIOS itself. And that's if your BIOS doesn't need to be flashed to a BIOS version that will support the processor that you are putting in it. So let's say that your motherboard came out way earlier than the current CPU that you were putting in it. They're still compatible, but this motherboard doesn't even know that this CPU exists because the BIOS on it doesn't recognize it. You would need to put in an older CPU that BIOS recognizes, BIOS flash it, or use a BIOS flashback option. Some boards have that to get a newer BIOS on to have it boot. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to be the case with your PC, but if you plug everything in and you're not even getting like anything to BIOS, that's probably what's going on there. But you will at least be able to get to BIOS without anything else. The thing that you're going to want to do, though, is you're going to want to get a Windows bootable media, like, drive. So get a USB, look up Windows 10 boot media, and create a bootable drive off of that USB. It's basically going to make it so that when you turn on that PC, it's going to read that, and it's going to install Windows from that onto your PC. Then you'll be able to get into Windows. But yeah. That's basically how it goes. Ordered my PC Monday. How long is the process to get it built live and shipped out?
Oh, bro.
I was like, we're pretty backed up right now on the live streams, unfortunately, so it probably won't be until next week.
Next Friday, even.
Maybe, yeah.
If you want it now, just go ahead and hit up customer service and ask them to build it just normally. That'll probably cut down on like a week or so, maybe a week and a half.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're just a little backed up right now. Do you guys sell any 4090 PCs?
Yeah.
Currently, yeah, I think so. I think we might have a SKU or two. Check out our website. I love True Blood Terror was Bay, yeah. My sister was really big onto that show, so I feel like she would have an Anna Paquin, like, you know, fan card.
You were Twilight?
No. I did read the books, but that was because, like...
Why?
Because it's basically just, like, reading fan fiction.
Oh, well, it
you know
did
what I
start
mean?
off
It
as
was
Harry
like
Potter fanfic.
It was kind of that, like, that junk foodie kind of writing that, like...
It was.
It reads easy and, like, ooh, you know, like, romance, blood, and, like, yeah.
I only read the first one.
Yeah. I heard a rumor that Quicksilver was Magneto-san. Quicksilver is Magneto-san, yep.
Is MCU Quicksilver? God.
Should be. If they don't, I'm gonna be mad, because that's how it is.
Is Magneto in the MCU yet?
He didn't raise them, though. He didn't raise the twins.
No, they're
basically.
Sokovian.
Well, yeah. And they were raised by Magda, who was like a cow woman.
Cow woman?
Y'all have
Did I
no
hear that
idea
right?
how weird.
Did I hear that right?
Yeah. But yeah, so they were basically like given up to be raised by somebody else. But yes, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are Magneto's children. He also has another daughter.
My daughter.
He also has another daughter, Lorna, known as Polaris.
Is that Aubrey Plaza?
She got green hair. No, that's Death.
Huh? Death?
Oh.
Like death?
Spoiler.
I don't care. I'm not gonna watch that show, but
Others might though. It was good actually. I really liked that one.
Okay.
And yeah, Aubrey Plaza was.
Maybe
like,
for
nice.
Aubrey Plaza, I'll do it.
You know, if that's the only reason, it's worth.
It's worth it.
Like, they know why you're there and they give it to you.
I see.
Finally got my 7700 X4070 Siege. Can I delete Gigabyte? It keeps interfering with Signal RGB. I have to click update on Gigabyte every time I log in. For
Yeah, do
Signal
it.
to work. Yeah, do it.
Use Revolt uninstaller. Cause some of those motherboard programs they're kind of stingy is the wrong word. They're kind of stubborn. Yeah.
Yeah. So far, I love the PC. That's a minor annoyance, though. Yeah, totally understandable.
Hell yeah.
Do you think FSR4 will run natively on RNDA 3 GPUs? I couldn't say. Someone's had too much eggnog for real, man. Oof.
Ooh.
My brain is not good. I keep like.
I thought they're saying because I was stuttering.
Oh no! See, I keep messing up my freaking words. Like I did
You've
the
been
same
hanging
thing too.
around me too long.
No, dude. Like earlier, to Duncan, I was basically like, "Yeah, I'll hold down the 4," and like
Call him Duck.
4. Yeah, I was like, "Why did I?" I'm like failing my words.
You hold down the what?
Revolt uninstaller. Okay, sweet. And it
Revo, not Revolt. But yes, it is a very useful program.
What?
Revo, R-E-V-O.
Revo. Okay.
Revo.
So Revo.
Revo. What?
I don't know. It sounded like. So does Rogue get a kid? Yeah, that's a great question, actually.
Yada yada, they made a kid. I love that.
Like, quite literally, yes. Because of the magnetic fields and all that. It is kind of just like a, meh. Cool par, they found all the original voice actors pretty much. Yeah, I love that they brought Lenore Zan back for Rogue. I loved Lenore Zan's Rogue so much.
You know who would have been better?
Don't you say that. I swear. I don't know. Yeah, the pregnancy kind of doesn't make sense, though, with that. Yeah, you're not wrong. Just comic books. Well, there's also been times in the comics where Rogue has gotten control of her power and then lost it again because writing and, yeah.
Does this look ghetto?
No.
It looks
Why would it
weird.
look good?
Because one's like out more.
No.
'Cause this is the ATX.
No, I think it, yeah, I wouldn't even notice.
And go.
See ya, man.
Bye, Kay.
You know, now that there's not stuff in here,
Dude, I know.
I feel like I'm gonna fall over.
It's so clear.
Yes.
Also,
The
was that
rooms have echo
was
in them.
that the table you were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Mm.
I was gonna cover it with LED and put a glass on top.
Take it.
Ooh.
Such a heavy thing to lug, though.
2 years strong for my PC from y'all. I made some upgrades though. Nice.
Juan did such a great
That's
job.
good.
Oh, thank you, dude. Appreciate it.
I love Rogue too. She's my fave. Definitely want to get another build, and I'm not happy with it when the 5000 series comes out. I'm all over it. Do you guys have like a list where I can be to when you guys get the product in the 5090? No, mainly
No.
because I don't know. We've never really been good about doing like a pre-order thing, unfortunately.
Yeah, we have.
And honestly, I have no idea when the 50 series is dropping.
It's not anytime soon.
Yeah, I haven't heard
I'll tell you that.
anything on my end. Is that guy beside you your husband?
No, we're divorced.
He's my coworker. Are SATA SSDs becoming obsolete? So many NVMe
Yes.
SSDs for the same price.
Yes.
Basically. My friend is telling me you guys are a very good brand. Do you have any 4090 builds? Or
Hell
should
yeah,
I use
W
mine,
friend.
or use your custom builder?
We should.
Yeah, I would check and see what we got for pre-builds first and just see
Yeah,
if
go
that
to
satisfies.
go to our website and sort by most expensive to lowest.
Because you can always then jump into custom builder if you're not seeing anything you like. PC looks good. Thank you, thank you. Who builds a PC with an EATX motherboard? Like, I don't get those people. I mean, I like an EATX. But I enjoy it. But yeah, you gotta have the case that, like, works with it. But I like the fancy. What's the process of moving warehouses with all those PCs and stuff? Lots of cars.
Hefty. Damn, you know who builds an EATX motherboard?
Hmm.
No, never mind. It doesn't even fit.
Predicting 5090 availability is very difficult in general, yeah.
It literally doesn't exist yet.
Kelsey will have 20 different 5090s to test. Yeah, you can probably tell when I'll be testing it because I'll probably be crying. They're just holding my head like, no, I don't know. Who knows? Hopefully, I'll be very pleased with them when I get them.
Here's hoping.
The only bad I had on my PC, it was sent with a CPU that wasn't seated and had to send it back to y'all for a new CPU.
Whoa,
Well, it
that's
wasn't seated.
crazy. What?
Like, how so? Was it like flipping out in like under the?
Yeah, was the cooler like off or something?
Yeah, weird.
That's crazy. Cause we have to turn them on before they can even leave the building. At the very least.
Well, you said 2 years ago. Do you remember when we did TwitchCon like 2 years ago, and we sent those halves, and then we got them back, and somebody had like we think the what is it, the shipping company or whoever was like moving them, like basically pillaged it. They like took the CPU out of one of them and the GPU, and then like all this other. It was weird.
But that was the TwitchCon. That wasn't the customers.
Yeah, true. It wasn't the customers, but I don't know. There's people, you know.
Yeah, no, I do remember fucking not getting our hardware back. Yeah.
Jeez. But there was like a time when like you actually had to worry about that, like the package people giving you like hug my cat.
There's some text in the middle of your cat, bro.
Ordered my Skytech through Walmart, having no clue about the brand, and just crossed my fingers. Cool seeing you guys on stream. Well, welcome.
Wow.
This is us. Yeah.
Yes, here we are.
But yeah, you'll be getting a good PC though.
Mm-hmm.
And we're here for anything you need.
Not anything. But
Yeah, like not like
computer
personal stuff,
related.
but, like, yeah.
He ate the text.
Corsair 4000D is nice, but too big. I have a full ATX Mobo, and I have a lot of space left for 7900 GRE. Nice.
Nice.
But yeah, there's a lot of really big cases that are probably too big. But a lot of it is because when that 40 series came out, it was just like, oh dang, we need a bigger boat. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Go.
I was just gonna read the comment. Yeah, you can
It
go.
wouldn't turn on, so I troubleshooted and ended up pulling the cooler off to check the CPU, and the CPU came off with it. All the pins were bent. Oh, AMD, man, those freaking pins on the CPU.
Yeah.
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about because we had this issue come up in RMA, and it was basically that there was a certain cooler that we were using that once it was like if you put too much pressure on it, it would actually like bend down, which doesn't actually do anything to the CPU, but it would adhese to the CPU because yes, because those AMD CPUs they really like to adhese to coolers so that when you take them off they come with them. But what that cooler would do was that it would get the pressure on it, it would kind of adhese, and then when you take the packaging off, it would like kind of pop out again.
Adhere.
And it would just I just love saying adhese. And it would pop it out just slightly, so it wouldn't boot. Basically, it wouldn't feel like it was seated in there.
If you're in this stream for correct grammar, you're in the wrong place.
So yeah, I recall that issue because I had to figure out what the frick was going on with that, and I had to work with the cooler company quite a bit to be like, yeah, this is the issue.
Did we even keep using?
I had to test like 4 different iterations of it.
Oh my,
to make
just
sure it
to
was
like
fixed.
not.
Mm.
Oh, just to help them out.
Because it's a great cooler, but only on those AMD chips, the ones with the pins on them, was this an issue. Yeah. But yeah. Damn, that's a shame. It's a shame that you got one of those ones, though. Because, yeah, what we ended up doing was we'd get a lot of them back in returns and then test them, and every component, like, all the components were fine. So we're like, what the heck is going on here? Why is it the same issue on it? And that's what it was. Personally, I love when it's like, oh, we have a big mystery on our hands. It's like, time for R&D.
I like when things just work right.
I mean, yeah, but I like a mystery also. It was a Noctua cooler that I had. Y'all changed the cooler too. Weird. So it also happened with the Noctua. But I'm guessing it was, yeah, if it was those AM4 chips, they like to stick to coolers, and then, yeah, if the cooler is able to move at all, it would just kind of like pop it slightly out of that, so it doesn't recognize it. It's a very weird issue. And it made me very glad now that AMD is going to pins on the motherboard instead.
Called land grid array, Kelsey. No, I'm
Okay,
just
whatever.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
I could be happy with my build, though. That one Juan did. Nice. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
What GPU would you recommend for a guy who likes RTX? By the way, he has about 2,500 DLs for this build. Oh, 2,500? You got a lot in play. Head on over to skytechgaming.com, but I would check out especially at that price range, look at something with a 4070 Ti Super in it. Yum.
Yeah.
Sorry to bother. Yeah, no worries. But if I use Revo to uninstall Gigabyte, can I still use Signal RGB on its own?
Yes.
Yes.
I wonder if that program will take like base drivers with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, why don't you just use Control Panel?
Yeah. Maybe just try the. Yeah. Maybe don't go too overkill.
Yeah, unless it persists after Control Panel.
Yeah.
So-
Just do it the normal way first, but then if it still keeps reinstalling itself, then try the one I suggested.
Because it might end up doing that, but yeah. I would try that first. Go into Control Panel, uninstall program, uninstall the Gigabyte one. If it continues or persists or it comes back, then go to Revo. Hello, Skytech and chat. Didn't know Skytech did PC build streams. Already hearing some great stories in the first few minutes I've been here. Oh, thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, we talk PCs and then we talk everything else under the sun.
Yep.
You know, you gotta fill the whole 4 or 5 hours, so we have fun here. But yeah. Welcome in. What's up, John? So AMD CPU also needs a CPU stand-off. Only the AM4 ones. And I mean, it was very specific to a shipping issue. Like, if you were building your own at home or doing something like that, you probably wouldn't run into that kind of issue. But because we're, like, packing things into the case itself, that's where that issue was coming from. And only on certain, like, coolers. I don't know how people use hard disk drives anymore for gaming. Like, I really don't, you know. I mean, you know, if you're still playing, like, The Sims 2, it's probably fine, but... yeah. Excited for CES 2025? I'm excited to see what comes out of it, yeah. I'm not going to be going. They didn't ask me.
Is anyone going? Oh, Dustin
Yeah,
is.
Dustin's going. Someone else. Some people. But not me.
Nah, dog, you
but
got
that's
cases
okay.
to test.
I know, I got so much to do. I will be building a bunch of art display for CES, though, so if you go to CES or you see, you know, anything from Skytech from CES, high probability that I built it. So anyone who's being like, I want to see Kelsey build things, like you can see the end product at CES. Better loading time because of read and write speeds. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Thermaltake, Assassin, is Budget King. True. Very good. And for single towers, I love the V-True. Motherboard and CPU is the next upgrade. I'm almost to the point. All that's left of y'all's build will be the case. Nice. I mean, like, that's how a good computer should be, you know what I mean? Like, upgradable, and you kind of just keep it going like that. It's a good way to breathe new life into it. Is there any GPU better for PC VR with the Quest 3, or is it bigger better? You know, I don't actually do a lot of VR myself, so honestly, I don't really know what the best answer for that is. In general, better, bigger better, but I would look at what certain programs you're running in VR are requesting. Obviously go many steps above what they say is the recommended even. Because I feel like they always lowball that stuff anyways. But I don't think you would need like a 4090, you know? I think you'd be fine with a 4070. Going from a 2080 to a 4070 Super. Ooh, nice. Yeah, that'll be very nice. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Okay, completely unrelated, but I think I perfected spaghetti sauce this weekend. Like, I think I figured it out. Like, I've unlocked it, yeah. Like, to the point where I was like, this is so good. I would eat this at a restaurant and be pleased.
What's your secret?
I don't use paste.
So what do you use?
I do about half crushed, half diced, and then I just cook it for 4 hours and I let it reduce.
Oh, you make it from scratch. That's the secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of spaghetti you think I was making? Like, well, first I get a can of ragu.
Is that not how people...
I mean, I wouldn't be like, I perfected spaghetti. But you know what, if you're going from, like, canned and you can't afford the Rouse, which is the best, Newman's Own actually has some pretty decent, like, from a little thing. Especially Socceroonie. It's good stuff. What build are you guys running on your own PC? I got a 3800X and a 6750 XT in mine, 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, in a Fractal Meshify.
I have a 5700X and a 3070.
Very nice. So is AMD good for video editing? I mean, it's still, yeah, definitely good at that. I would say that Intel generally beats AMD when it comes to productivity work and stuff like that. But it's not necessarily a reason enough for you to, like, go with Intel over AMD, depending on what your use cases are. Like, the AMD's still definitely going to be able to do video editing.
Unless you're favoring. Somehow, that man's breaks every AMD.
That's true, yeah. I'm looking at your pre-built PC on your website and some at Amazon. I can't find the same build on your website because the Legacy 4 on Amazon has a 7800X 3D and the one on your website has a 7900X.
We should have several SKUs.
Yeah, I was like, there might be some discrepancy between Amazon and us because Amazon might have some of our PCs that we have built and shipped to them that we do not any longer have here at our facility. So that could be why, if you're not finding that, like, exact same one on our website. Is a 750 watt power supply good enough for a 4070? Yeah. Yeah, you should be fine. Now, TI Super, that's when you gotta jump up. Team at ease, that's what I'm saying. Man.
Team at ease.
Yeah. 470 Ti Super is what I ended up upgrading to. It's been great for running Blender and streaming. Oh yeah, no, it's a fantastic card. Like, once you get to, like, 4070 Ti Super, like, you made it. You know what I mean? Like, everything on, like, past that, just gravy.
With mashed potatoes?
Maybe. I don't know, I'm still thinking about the spaghetti, and I'm like, yeah, the spaghetti was so good.
With gravy?
No, but I was thinking about the way the spaghetti tasted. Dude, I'm telling you, man, like, I figured it out. I made the most freaking delicious.
Nice.
That was so good. I don't put sugar in it.
What? People... What?
Yeah.
Ew.
You just gotta cook it really low and slow for several hours. And
4 hours.
Then it sweetens it. Yeah, I only cook it on Sundays, because it's the only day I got time. Have you ever used Team Group Memory? Yes. Can't say I've had any problems with it in particular, so.
I was gonna say, that sounds like the first question of a class action loss.
Yes. Well, I mean, I test a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff we don't even end up using.
Have you or your family member ever been?
X3D CPUs are very scarce at the moment, true. They're the ones everyone wants. Can I get a PC? I've used two
Nope.
of your PCs before, and they are amazing.
Buy one.
Well, they already got two of them.
They said use.
Oh.
Well, if you already got two, you don't need another one.
Oh, sorry, no giveaways right now. Are all Skytech PCs built with the same QC, etc., no matter where they are sold?
Yes.
Amazon won't? Yeah.
Yeah, they all come out of the same building.
They all originate here. Which is good. I don't think I trust Walmart to build our PC.
Yeah. I barely trust Giantech or whatever the fuck.
Can I get a PC? Oh, sorry, I've already read that one. Oh my gosh. Dude, I tried to make baked apples, like, last weekend
Yeah?
as, like, a dessert.
How you like them apples?
I mean, they were alright, but the problem was that I was
Wasted
like, this
joke.
is a lot of, this requires a lot of sugar, and,
Well,
so
you
then
like
I was,
sugar, so...
yeah, but, like, I'd already eaten a lot of sugar, and then I was like, and the apples have sugar in them, so
Damn.
I ended up putting very little brown sugar comparatively, and it was not that good, and I was like, man, I should have committed, or not at all.
Yeah. Could have just had apple slices.
I don't know. Well, you're making it, and you're like, dang, this is really horrible for me. Like, look, I'm putting some butter in this.
Oh, they need butter?
Yeah.
Holy sh! On top of a lot of sugar.
Yeah, brown sugar and cinnamon, and yeah.
Damn.
Hey.
Hey.
You also sell horizontal PC cases?
No.
Not really. I mean, we got a couple different offerings. You can always check out our website, but kind of the standard stuff. First PC I've had a build with a Ryzen 5 2600. I'm yawning. And a GTX 1650 Super. It was my first PC from y'all, and it was my first PC ever. LOL, it was years ago. Nice. Very cool. Best sauce is McCormick thick and zesty spaghetti sauce seasoning mix with tomato paste and chicken stock. It will shock you.
Sounds low.
You know what?
Me.
I'm gonna take that down. I'm gonna try that one of these days. Cause yeah, I never even thought about like a seasoning like mix for it. I kind of just threw like Italian herbs or whatever in it. But yeah, and McCormick does make really good stuff. They're my go-to taco seasoning also.
Due to recent events, I will no longer be doing my Italian accent. I have a lot more respect for the Italian people and their plight.
Tomato paste and chicken stock. Oh, okay. So what cake have you decided to buy for Christmas? That's a great question. Yeah, we had pie for Thanksgiving, and it kind of wasn't satisfying. And that might be because I don't own a microwave, and I was like, how do I make this warm? Which I would put in the oven, but it was a crumble top, so it just became like a weird little like sheet of sugar.
Air fryer.
I feel like the same thing would happen in
You
the
don't
air
have a
fryer.
microwave? Hold on, I just processed that. What?
No, I don't have a microwave.
How the fuck?
Because I'm cheap. And they were like, $70 to add a microwave on top of your
Girl.
oven. And I was like, no, we're not doing
That's
that.
more than what a microwave costs in the
Yeah,
store.
but they started that, like, that was like at the beginning of negotiations, so I was like, no, I'm going to keep this to such a budget.
$70 to save like $150. Okay.
Yeah,
And it probably would have been like built into the cabinet.
it would have been, yeah.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. That's an L move.
The AIO looks insane. Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
It's a panoramic screen.
The Tryx Panorama.
Yeah, exactly. I'm currently running an RX 580, got it for $70. I removed the XFX stock fans and attached two 120mm Arctic P12 fans to it. Runs at 75C with 1200 RPM speeds, whisper quiet, while running 14. Oh, okay. Great GPU. Yeah. Honestly, I was running an RX 580 until about a year and a half ago, and it worked for most of the stuff I was doing. Yeah. Yeah, it still has a fair amount of life in it, depending on what you're running. I think X3D is good, but overglazed. I mean, most of the FPS games
No, it's
are
good.
at 1080p. 1440p is so much better. No, I'll agree with this. Like, I do think that, like the X3D chips are really great. They bench better in a lot of games, but, like, it's not going to kill you to get the same, like, chip. just X. You know what I mean?
Okay,
You're not really gonna like miss
Yeah.
out on like a ton of FPS. It's gonna be very marginal. So like it is better, but some people paying like tons of money for the 7800X3D when you could just get like a
Yeah, don't pay scalping
when you could
prices
get like a
either.
7900X for much cheaper, then like that's the move. Like
That's crazy. No microwave.
yeah. Well, I mean, most stuff actually just tastes better in the oven, so like I don't really mind, you know.
You know,
I just
okay,
think
there's
it's the
like
slow way.
so there's like pages where they'll follow like weirdly spec cars.
Hmm.
I didn't realize you could also spec a house because
Yeah.
either your house would probably be on there too.
Well, I don't really microwave much
Ethernet,
stuff.
but no microwave.
Like I don't really buy microwavable stuff. Like it's nice to be able to have that like when you're like bringing leftovers back to life or whatever. But like I will always opt for the oven. It just tastes better. Like I do things the slow way.
Okay.
I'm like the Tux in Tuck Everlasting.
She does things the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
This 79-year-old lady does things the old-fashioned.
That's right.
I'm just kidding.
Just you wait till the spring, man, when I get my garden going.
Do you know that meme?
I'm
though?
gonna be like putting zucchinis in people's cars because I don't have any. Like, yeah. Just somebody take it, please.
You know that meme though? This 200 old restaurant still makes Coke though. I forgot the
Yeah.
fucking. It pops up every once in a while.
I'm going from a PC with an i5-10400F and a 1660 Super to a new PC with no budget. What PC of yours do you recommend? Oh, wow. Wow. Sorry, I'm getting so attacked by the sleepy.
Why did you? Okay, I'm gonna.
What?
Nothing.
Um,
As you were.
okay, so 10400F to 1660 Super. I would check out. No budget, dang. What are you playing? What do you need it for? Because, like, you could obviously get, like, the best of the best, but you probably don't need that. I would check out our Azure 2, check out some of those SKUs, and our King 95.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
King
fantastic.
95.
I would look at some of our AMD chip SKUs. And anything with a 4070 Ti Super, you'll be covered for basically everything.
Everything.
Everything. At 1440.
Everything.
But yeah. I want my next PC to be only a APU small form factor, strike Halo in 5 years, should be great, yeah. Is a Ryzen 5 4500 with a 3060 Ti bad bottleneck? I kind of have to because I can't afford a CPU. Honestly, I don't think there's much of a bottleneck. I wouldn't worry about it too much. You ready for Steam winter sale? Oh man, they're doing another sale?
I don't even play the games I already have.
Actually, hopefully by then I will have played the game that I'm playing and we'll look for a new game. I don't know where the heck I'm gonna have the time though, but yeah. Being an adult sucks. Where's the summer for me to just like, you know, get through games?
Girl up, came and went.
Wake up in pajamas, eat cereal, play game, go to bed in same pajamas, never shower for some reason.
Oh my god.
Does the Braithorn 1399 PC have 32 or 16 gigs of RAM? Ooh, that's a good question. I imagine it's 32 gigs, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't have the SKU up right here.
Alright, folks. This build is done. It is finished. It is complete.
Lovely.
Yep.
Alright, this PC is done. It's going to go and get Windows put on, all the drivers it needs out of the box, ready to go. You can just set up your profile, download your game launchers, you're good to go. We're also going to stress test this, make sure these components work and work under load, and when it passes all that, it'll be headed to you. So watch out for it, Muddy Rudder, and have a great time with it.
We're
This is
using it.
absolutely lovely. Thank you for ordering with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is going to be a good time. You know, going from a 3900X to a 5800X 3D will be noticeable. Using an EVGA for... Honestly, I wouldn't even really do that upgrade. Like, you can. It'd be pretty marginal, though. As far as, like, any gains. It's probably not worth it if you're thinking about buying that chip. If you already have it, then, like, you know, have at it. Play a lot of esports games and some really high graphics games, but they are trash with an i5-10400F. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're going to want something a little better than that. I know some more CPU-intensive games, my CPU does lag a bit. I think there is some type of bottleneck, but not bad. It might not be a bottleneck, it might just be the limitations of that CPU, you know what I mean? So, might just be something to upgrade in the future. Because, like, yeah, the 4500, it's like, what, a 6-core? Like, it's not bad. Clocks are probably like the 3 gigs. So, like, yeah, it's not bad, but there's, you know, faster stuff out there and stuff that's really CPU intensive is going to want it. Still using the same PC I made 6 years ago? Nice. Is RTX 3060 with i7 9700K good? The 9700K is not good, I will tell you that. Or, like, it's outdated. So depending on, like, what your, you know, price point is and all that, you're not going to get too much use out of that CPU. And you're not really going to have any upgradability on it. But the RTX 3060 is fine. I mean, yeah, I overclocked it from 3800 to 4300 megahertz at 6-core, 12-thread. Nice, yeah. So yeah, totally fine, but, like, on certain games, like let's say City Skylines 2, for example, at a certain point, yeah, you're going to start seeing a little bit of, like, oh, okay, CPU's having trouble. Also, your RAM could be the issue in that regard. But depends how much RAM you have. Is there any reason to cap FPS on games when your GPU can put out more frames than the monitor can do? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think it would be... I don't think there would really be any negative effects to it. Maybe extra heat, but that's it. What is a good GPU for an i7 8700 in an Optiplex?
And then Optiplex, bro.
You are completely limited to the Optiplex form factor.
Yeah,
so there's not.
I think worry about your power supply more than the GPU or the CPU.
I would not upgrade that.
Hell no.
Because I don't think you'll be able to
buy a fucking like 950 off of eBay. The ones that don't need external power supply power.
16 gigs should be fine for the most part there. Yeah, so I don't think that's your issue either. What's the game that's stressing it? How do you like that map?
Oh, now you got the fucking joke.
No, I got it. I was just...
You ignored it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I won't try anymore.
Sugar makes food taste good, apparently. It does, but I'm also like, health. Yeah. The cooler looks awesome. Too bad I can't squeeze a rad in that case. I got with my PC, yeah. Hello, CAD Simulations, how you doing?
Yo, what are you doing?
Can I buy that Taichi from you, or better, a Nova if you have one?
We do not.
No, unfortunately not, just parts. I'm gonna use my microwave to soften butter, ice cream, and defrost meat. Yeah, the butter, ironically, is the thing that I've been like, dang, I really wish I had a microwave for. Instead, I put it in a tiny ceramic bowl at like 300 degrees in the oven for a while, and I'm like, this is dumb.
It is.
My man puts pieces together like he's done it before.
I know, right?
You do, yeah. Alright, we are on to our next computer. I've been hit with the sleepy. Alright. I was thinking of 2060 because you can get a 500 watt power supply for it.
Don't upgrade an Optiplex.
Yeah.
Like, save that money for something better.
I mean, unless you're also recasing it, I could see like an argument there.
Yes, but then you still end up with that shitty motherboard and like all the proprietary parts.
Green PCB.
Yeah, the green PCB.
Mostly Fortnite. Yeah, there's your issue. So,
Yeah.
I don't think it's really so much a bottleneck, it's just that Fortnite is unfortunately like surprisingly demanding, and it's like, dude, I thought you wanted to be like the game that everyone's playing. Like,
yeah, right? There's a lot of GPUs that don't need a power supply that draw their entire power current. Obviously, they're low power. From the PCIe. Look into those. But even then, get it like secondhand. I don't know, man. I don't see any worth in investing any money in there. Yeah, and it probably has to be low profile because those Optiplexes are like kind of slim, huh?
Yeah, that's why I was saying you gotta recase too.
Yeah, some of those are low profile, so you can maybe install it in there without issues, but...
Dude, do they even have, like, the freaking...
It's, like, so much more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah. Oh wow, did I typo that? No,
What is it?
PSU Bequiet Power 13, 10,000 watt.
No, it's a Cougar. What?
No, I know. I think it was in the previous one. Wow, that's crazy. That typo went for a long time then.
10,000 watt? Jesus.
Gosh, that's me peering into the future. Oh
Is that 5090 coming?
no. Would you recommend the Prism 3 or Legacy 4?
Legacy 4.
Yeah, I'd probably go Legacy 4. No, that's fine. It would be for my brother. He's rocking an i5-3470 and a GTX 1050 Ti. Ah. Okay, yeah. My 6-year build has an i7 7700, Z170 MX Gaming 5 motherboard, 16 gigs of memory. Ah. Sorry, I keep getting attacked by it. And a GTX 1050 SC. Yeah. It was like 6-year build, sounds about right, yeah. Dang. No, it's mid-tower, can fit a 2-fan card. Okay, nice, that should be good then. 3060 Ti still good today. I built one with a Ryzen 5 7600X. Yeah, I think so. I was like, that's what I put in my fiance's machine. Works totally fine. Still pretty
1080p?
solid for the majority of... Yeah, I was like, for 1080p, majority of gaming, totally good. What Ryzen CPU should I go for? What would be good with 3060 Ti? Someone recommended a 5700X, but I was just curious. I have a 4500 right now. Honestly, 4500 to a 5700X isn't that much of a jump, so I wouldn't do that. I would only jump if it was going to be significant. Like, you're going to like a 5800X or something, or like a... something in that regard. Or like a 3900X. I could put a 3050 6GB in it. Yeah, that'll also be pretty good. I'm using my 7900 GRE for 6 years unless it's more cost effective to sell it at some point. I mean, that has a ton of VRAM in it, so it's gonna get pretty good mileage in that regard. Sorry. What's y'all opinion on the ProArt board and GPU? I want to use them to build a second PC since I do a lot of graphic design, streaming, and 3D rendering.
Oh, they're nice. They're nice looking.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't really say they're like... I mean, they can do... Other motherboards can do the exact same thing. They're just very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, and they're kind of like game design, kind of more for that intent. But, yeah, I mean, like, even just like another, like, retail kind of power supply. What the hell am I?
Motherboard?
Goodbye, everyone. My brain has left the building. Yeah, I was gonna say there's other PCs within the like retail range, not pro range, that can do basically the same stuff. So consider that. But yeah, they are a nice aesthetic. I have a joke PC where I only use free parts I can find, or I have a 1650 and an i7 700 and 8 gigabytes of VRAM. What should I try to find next? Power supply. It's normal for my idle temps on my CPU and GPU to be at 4652. I repasted both my CPU and GPU, and yeah, I use iBuyPower in case I built it myself. Depending on like what kind of airflow you got in that case, that could be totally normal. And also you gotta remember that even though it's idle, the PC is running different applications in the background. Windows loves to do this. They love to just be like, hey, you don't know it, but I'm updating something right now. Boop, 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 you know. So I don't think that's too much to worry about. What I would worry about more than idle temps is what it looks like when it's actually under load. So when you're playing a game, how hot is it when you first start it up? How hot is it about 5 minutes in? How hot is it about 30 minutes in? That's going to tell you a lot more about like your cooling situation. Because if it's not super hot when you first start it, but then at 30-minute mark it's significantly hotter, like a good 10C, that's telling you that the majority of the heat is coming from air restrictiveness in the case. So not a ton of airflow. If it's immediately hot when you put it under load, that's probably telling you that the cooler that you have on it is insufficient. Let me say? I wish I would have never bought this PC with a 3080 in it. It's hard to justify an upgrade right now. Yeah, but you gotta think about it this way too. You don't need to upgrade that 3080. You know what I mean? Like, it's fantastic. I guess my question would be like, why do you feel like you want to upgrade? Just because, like, new thing? Or, like, are the games you're running, like, having trouble with the 3080? Underload at 66C for like 5 minutes and maybe 10 minutes and about 70C. It's not too bad. Okay, then yeah, I wouldn't worry about that at all. That sounds perfect. Yeah, like I said, it's probably just, you know, background applications running certain little things so that your CPU isn't going down to the 30s, but it's still cool at idle, and it's cool under load. That's the most important thing. My CPU gets to 80C stable on Cyberpunk, but I run maxed out on Ryzen 7 7700X. GPU temps is at 65C. Nice. The new GPU got 0 fan spin mode. When it's idle, the fans won't spin until it reaches certain temps. My GPU fans don't spin till 50C. Yeah. That is also a good point. Was mainly wondering, since they are advertised to be made for that specifically, do they actually hold up to that standard compared to, say, an MPG X870E or a Zotac 4080 Super, or is there little to no difference? I would say there's a difference, it's just marginal. Like, especially with the motherboard, it's kind of just, it's a motherboard. And it's probably going to have more of the bells and whistles that someone doing, you know, design is going to want, as opposed to, like, the retail, but I think you'd get basically the same kind of mileage out of an X870E and a 4080 Super. What hertz and resolution monitor would you recommend for the Legacy 4? I would get you a really good high refresh rate 1440p monitor.
Yeah.
Money. 27-inch, non-curved.
I mean, yeah.
32-inch if you go curved, but like...
Nah, you can still do flat. The thing about curved is it messes up your viewing angle. For anything other than, like, right on center. Right?
Yeah, I don't really like my curved monitor, but it was cheap. And I know why.
Alright, I gotta take a quick break if you don't mind.
Yeah. All my friends have newer GPUs now, is why, lol, it's not needed, but dang, getting 240 plus frames in Warzone would be nice, but not needed, yeah. I feel that. I'm running my system under load for 30 minutes, and I'll get back to you. Be right back. Heck yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. IPS 12. 27 inches, 1440p, under 65. Love it. Yeah, I got 165 hertz on mine too. Oh, it's just a good sweet spot. 4K too expensive still, yeah. And like, it's good for watching media. If you have like a nice 4K monitor, ooh, it's so nice. But gaming at 4K is still not really like reasonable. Or like, you know, you're just not gonna be getting high frames with it. God, I was wondering because the 4070 Ti Super I have now struggles with running a stream while making 3D designs on Blender. I can see that, yeah. That must be tough, yeah. Streaming like renders, because yeah, that's a lot of VRAM. 4K is expensive to run. It totally is. But yeah. I don't know, I still think 1440p is like the sweet spot in gaming, and I think it's going to be for a while still. But yeah. Man, you have to take a break right when I'm tired. I'm like, okay, let's go back to my pasta sauce. The spaghetti was so good. I can't get over it. 4 hours though to cook. That's something. I have 64 gigs of RAM, but even at 1080, it hits 90% of my GPU to do both, yeah. That's insane. I mean, like, that's rendering for you. It's very hungry, but yeah. like, consider possibly Counterpoint. My coworker is, like, learning animation in college and all this. He's very good at renders. He goes Radeon cards because you can get just a ton of VRAM for pretty cheap. So, like, the 6950 XT, very cheap. It was obviously last generation Radeon. But you just get a lot of real estate with that VRAM. And I guess the same thing could be said for the 7900 XTX. So, something to consider. If you don't need the bells and whistles of an NVIDIA card. So I want to build a second computer to split the work. Oh yeah, honestly that's a much better way to do it. Get the stream PC and the doing PC, yeah. Is the Skytech Stardust ELED 165Hz monitor 1440? Bought that one with the King 95 I got my son for Christmas. Stardust, let me see. Yep, yeah, it's 1440. So nice. That'll be very lovely. Dang, your son's gonna be really excited on Christmas. That is a great gift. I couldn't tell him I'm a boomer, huh? That's all good, it's all good. Hey, you don't even have to, like, there's nothing to do with age, too. There's plenty of people my age who have no idea about computers or specs. And I kind of feel like that's on purpose. I feel like that way, they can sell stuff that isn't actually that good or, doesn't do what you think it's going to do. It shouldn't be so difficult. You shouldn't need, like, an encyclopedia just to buy a product. But, yeah. Dang, that's going to be quite the Christmas present. That's exciting. That's why I went with you guys. Oh, thank you. Yeah, and if you ever want to check out our content too, I try and bring a little knowledge to the table too, get people to kind of understand what things mean. Give the consumer a little bit more knowledge. It's a fun thing. Hey, what's up, Warwolf Gaming? How you doing? Hope you're having a lovely Wednesday. It's been a very windy Wednesday out here in the Inland Empire. But yeah. It is 100, yeah. Yeah, it was so windy yesterday that I literally watched a neighbor's fence fall down, and I was like, oh, glad that wasn't me. But yeah. 100% intentional that they don't educate the consumers, hence the GT710 success. Exactly. And, like, the thing I always love to point out is, like, especially on, like, channels like Amazon, there's a lot of sellers who will sell you, like, there's certain price points, you know what I mean? And we all kind of, there's a certain price point you have to get, like, a good PC. But there's a lot of people who don't have that budget, so they're looking in a certain budget, $300, $400, $500, say, yeah. And there's a lot of offerings on, like, Amazon for $300, $400, $500 PCs that are using incredibly outdated processors, GPUs, basically just like crap builds that aren't going to be like, your awesome gaming PC. And it sucks because I see people fall for those ones a lot. And it's sad because, like, obviously not everybody has a budget for like a good gaming PC or even like a steady one, you know what I mean? So they're trying to do the best they can with their budget, and there's just these companies that completely take advantage of that. They'll even make it difficult sometimes for you to find out what the exact, like, it'll be like, oh, it's got an i7 in it, but they don't tell you that's an i7 from 10 years ago. You know what I mean? And, yeah, that stuff grinds my gears. I almost bought a PC from Costco. Glad I found Braithorn and bought that King 95 build. Nice. I mean, not to say that you can't get a good PC from Costco, but yeah, it really helps to kind of have people point you in the direction of something good. Because, yeah, there's good stuff at Costco, and there's also, like, meh stuff at Costco. Same for any of those platforms. I'm doing alright. I was about to order my PC last night, but I noticed the Blaze 4, and Blaze 4 I wanted was sold out, so I'll just wait until next week and get me one of the King 95s next week. Nice! Heck yeah. Well, you know, silver lining. I'm not outdated, I'm just old. Yeah, I guess that is a kind way of saying, like, these are old components, but yeah, they're outdated. Oh my gosh, you have the Braithorn emojis. Nice. Yeah, I'm buds with Braithorn. He showed me his horde tattoo that he has on his leg. And I was like, okay, yeah, we cool. Loctaro Gar forever. RGB makes all PCs gaming PCs. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is they'll hide behind like, oh yeah, RGB on it. And it comes with RGB headset and mouse and like, and it's all cheap. Very cheap. For the Alliance, boo. No, that's okay. I actually know very few dudes who play Horde. Everyone I know who plays the Horde is a woman, and I don't know why. I'm like, why do we all want to just be monsters? You building another one? Yep. Well, this is the last one of the day, but yep. What's up, Stocky Jack? How you doing? Braithorn's a pretty chill guy. Yeah. Yeah, when he's come to do some of the collabs with us, we chill, we talk games. It's good. Girls like the undead and blood elf dudes. Yeah. I don't know, man. I just really love orcs. They speak to me. And before then, actually, when I was like, when I was a teenager and I was playing back in vanilla, the reason I wanted to play World of Warcraft was because of the Taurens. I was like, no other MMO has these cow people in it. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. You know, because usually you can play as like a person, like a human, and like maybe some kind of orc thing. But like, this was a whole cow person that you could be, and I was like, I gotta play this game. Which was good, because actually, the Torrent starting zone in vanilla is like peak for me. Like, peak starting zones, great time. Did you build one like an hour ago? Yeah, we built 3 today, so. Do you guys plan to collab with them again? Oh, I'm sure. We've done stuff with them in the past, and we've done that one recently, so yeah, I'm sure. Even more stuff down the pipeline. So I need help. Yeah, shoot. How many PC builders at Skytech? A lot. Yeah, I was like, probably more builders than anything else. Just because I would say that's probably the most time-consuming part of it. And we build a lot of PCs, so, you know, it's got to meet up with the demand. Okay, this pig emoji is really, really on off. And if you ever survive a plane crash in the Andes, you should eat the torrent first. True. So the 4070 Ti is slightly faster than the 4070 Super? Yes. Yeah, it's very stupid and difficult, but it's like 4070 is beat by the 4070 Super. And then the 4070 Super Ti Super beats that. 4070 Super is not as good as the 4070 Ti, but the Ti Super is better than all of those. What's the difference between the Ryzen 7 7700X and the Ryzen 7 7700 and an R7 5700G? Okay, so 5700G is an AM4 chip, meaning it's last generation AMD. It is a different socket. You won't have a lot of upgradability on that chip. The 7700X and the 7700 are AM5. So they're a completely different form factor. Those ones have a lot more upgradability on it because the new AMD chips that will be coming down the pipeline will be that form factor as well. So you won't have to upgrade your motherboard if you want to upgrade your chip in the future. The 7700X is just slightly faster than the 7700. I think the 7700 is the better pick between those because the 7700 is much easier to keep cool, and there really isn't that much of a difference in their benches. So, can't go wrong with either of those ones. What is the telltale sign that you built a PC? Thermal paste on the case. But that's because of what my job is. Like, obviously, because I'm R&D, I'm constantly pasting and repasting and taking coolers off, putting them on, all this kind of junk, and they're reusing them. So they get on my fingers, so yeah, usually when I build a case, even when I haven't done that all day, I will touch something that has thermal paste on it, and yeah. And I'm honest, because that's absolutely what my coworkers would say as well. Okay, thanks. Yeah, no worries. Man, why did I bring up my spaghetti sauce? Now I am so wanting spaghetti, and I know I don't have any at home. Because it's not Sunday. Yeah, 7700X gets warm, Zen 5 overall likes and doesn't mind higher temps under 95C. True. And it really, it's something I've only really noticed on that first batch of chips that came out. The 7700X, the 7600X, and the 7900X and 7950X that kind of just run to that heat point. The other ones are all actually pretty easy to cool under, just like, you know, put a 360 on anything and it's fine. But yeah. Do you think I should build a PC or do the option that I can custom build and watch it live on this channel? It's my first PC. Because I want to learn, but I'm scared. I would say if you want to learn, but you're scared, I would look at a few more resources, watch a few more videos, kind of figure out a couple guides, just really kind of get an idea of what you're going to have to do when you get the parts and build it, and then just see if that's something that you're comfortable doing. If not, you can always order from us. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, like, building a PC, it isn't really that scary. Like, the only thing that you really have to worry about is when you're putting the CPU into the motherboard socket, that's really the biggest place for potential damage. And you just take that nice, slowly, easily, and just make sure that you're lining it up correctly, and you're fine. But, yeah. If it's something that really interests you and you think you might want to, you know, have as a hobby, it's worth investing time into, like, learning. But if you don't think that, you know, that's something you really... a skill that you want to have, I would just skip the line. Don't be scared, sometimes people make mistakes, but building your own PC, if you research beforehand and take your time, you'll generally do well. I would recommend Linus Tech Tips 2024 build guide to get started. Yeah, the main things that you have to watch out for when building your own PC is, the first and foremost, like 100%, is just making sure that your parts are compatible. And something like PC Part Picker, like PCPartPicker.com, will help you make sure that the components that you're selecting all work together. That is the biggest thing that you want to make sure that you're doing. Because you don't want to buy a processor and a motherboard that are incompatible. That's just going to suck. You will have a bad time. And then the other thing is just, yeah, knowing what it's going to, like, what the steps are going to be, and, you know, sizing yourself up. Do you think you can do that? But yeah. It's not too hard. Will the price of the 7800X3D come down, or at least below $400? Honestly, if the 7800X3D is $400 right now, pick a different chip. It's not worth it. Like,
It's not.
It's a very good chip. It is the best one for gaming. A 7900X, if it is significantly cheaper, will be just as fine for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if not even better. So yeah, I don't think the prices are really going to come down. They might now that the 99 or 9800X3D is out, and that's like the kind that people want to pick up now, but it's not worth it to pay so much more for maybe a marginal frame or two, you know what I mean?
Thanks for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I've had a 2-day long headache.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry.
It like comes and goes is the weird part.
Mm. Well, you had a cold, right?
Yeah.
It could be your sinuses. Like,
It's at the back of my head.
oh, weird. Would you try hitting it? Like, be gone. Like,
At this point, I want to.
compatibility is probably the biggest issue. Building Australia for 4 or 6 time. Exactly, yep. I'll probably get a PC with a Ryzen 7 7700 because it's cool, and 4060 or 4070 and 32 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage. Yeah, sounds solid.
Not drop and give me 20? Hell no.
Okay, so when I stressed the CPU and I had a 64, it was only 67C, but when I stressed the FPU with it, it shot up to 92C. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Because, like, what are you really going to be throwing at that's going to be doing what Ada 64 does? You know what I mean? So, like, it's a good thing for benchmarking, but you also got to take it with a grain of salt. For the Ryzen 7 7700, should I liquid cool? Honestly, you can cool that thing with just an air cooler, and I'd recommend doing that. Just like a tower cooler of some sort. Typically cheaper, easier to install, they'll never break. I would look at the V-True. V-True has a tower cooler that's like $30 and is fantastic. Fearless Assassin is excellent and more reliable than AIO. Also a good option, yeah. Everything's out of stock, they're really expensive right now. That kind of makes sense. This is the holidays and people are trying to get their stuff. So, yeah, you'll probably see, prices drop a little bit, but that might not be until, like, March. But liquid cool would be okay with Ryzen 7? Yeah, you can liquid cool anything. But it's a little bit more complicated. Especially if you're building on your own, you might want to just go air cooler for the simplicity. Also, they tend to be cheaper. But I know people like the aesthetics, so can't knock you for that.
Oh my god, dude! I saw this like exposed part, and I got scared because I thought it was from the cables.
Mm. I need tomato sauce. Is it the chips or the Mobo setting? Go back one, now drop and give me tomato chips. Oh yeah, that's actually a good point. It could be the motherboard settings. I think it's basically like a stabilizing point. So like, you know how your CPU has like built-in protections to make sure it doesn't overheat, like throttling and such like that? I think that that's what the FPU is largely handling. Which is why it's floating. Do you think the 7600 XTV is worth the $300 price? I want to potentially pair it with the 7900 XTX. Now there's an idea. Yeah, I can see that one being worth it. Man, they didn't have, I usually get these like flat pretzel chip things at Aldi to eat with some hummus. They didn't have them this time, so I was like, shoot, what am I going to eat with my hummus, besides cucumber? So I got some pita chips for the first time, because I was like, yeah, obviously eat pita chips with hummus. But, like, man, it was hidden, so I was like, man, I've really been depriving myself by just being like, yeah, eat pretzels.
Yeah, okay.
The pita chips were so good with the hummus, I was like,
Yeah.
man, I could eat this for every meal. Good, but 6 core, slower getting first than like a 7700. It's a Micro Center exclusive. I thought of picking it up. Yeah. Again, it's one of those things that's going to be like good in gaming, but not necessarily better than a lot of the competitors in its price range for other things like productivity and specific applications. what air cooler would you guys recommend? Let me figure out the exact name. I think it's the V-True V5. I'm so in love with this cooler. If it's still the price that it was. Yeah, dude, 30 freaking bucks. Or $27.99 on Amazon. Comes in black, white, or pink. V-True V5. Love it. Thermaltake, though, also does have really good stuff. Those are like my two budget brands that have proven to be very competent for their price range. I got my PC and it is amazing. Awesome. Love hearing
yeah.
that. Fantastic, fantastic.
You might have to do a few minutes of OT.
That's okay. I really only care about gaming, so I wanted an X3D chip, though the lower core count is kind of concerning. Yeah, but I would say that for gaming across the board, a 6-core is, like, pretty good, pretty standard. Obviously, like, yeah, there's going to be very processor-heavy games that might want a bit more bang for buck, but, again, depends on which play. Pure 1000's always out of stock. Yeah, people are always recommending that. I'm telling you though, look at V-True's offerings. Good stuff for cheap. Do you know whose PC is getting built this Friday? I do not.
Nope.
No, they don't tell me yet. Thermaltake has similar coolers in that price range. Most of all of them are good, yeah. Y'all hear about Jay-Z? No.
We don't address things like that on this stream. It's not good.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm genuinely out of the loop.
He was homies with Diddy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Man, now I'm really thinking about hummus. I'm sorry, I'm in the hungry hour. Where, like, all I can think about is food. Dude, I get this one from Aldi. It's an olive tapenade with olives in it on top, and it's great. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I had this really good hummus from Trader Joe's, and I went back to Trader Joe's just for this hummus, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot wait, like, to open the, and for some reason, it just did not hit the same way the second time, and I was so disappointed.
Yeah, that feeling sucks.
So then months went by, and I went back, and I picked it up because I was at Trader Joe's again, and I was like, you know, whatever, I just need a hummus, and it was good again, and I was like, what happened?
Was it like Trader Joe's brand?
I don't know, but it's like, if you go to Trader Joe's in the hummus section, it's the Mediterranean hummus. It's got, like, pine nuts just kind of, like, floating throughout it. It's
Is it
good.
Sabra?
No, it's not Sabra.
Sabra fucking sucks.
Yeah, I don't like Sabra. Although, it's mostly because I can't eat a lot of theirs because of the freaking pepper thing.
Oh, they'd be adding the, like, it's basil.
They had one, though, that was like a lemon garlic one, which is hilarious because garlic's the other thing I can't really eat. And that one was pretty good, but every time I was, like, eating I was like, man, this is going to kill me. And then I couldn't be anywhere around myself because I smelled like garlic all day. And I was like,
Yeah, I'm gone.
no. I mean, I was just like at home. I was like, I wasn't seeing anybody or anything, but it was still like, gosh, I'm nasty. Let's do Kelsey IRL stream from Trader Joe's and Aldi. Would. Oh man, I could.
Dude, yeah, you should do a shopping stream.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny because like, you guys have no idea how proud I am when I get to check out and like I see that final total and I'm like, I'm good about it. Yeah. Super weird question, kind of, but do you ever treat your PC like it's alive?
No.
Nah, I treat a lot of things like they're alive, but surprisingly not the PC. Maybe it's because it's in a different room, and I can just be like, bye now. I do think that they can smell fear, though. 100%, yeah. No, dude, okay, do you remember being, like, a kid and, like, having an essay due, and you're like, okay, I gotta print it out, and, like, the printer would just be like, I know it's 11 o'clock at night and you got class in the morning, but
Low on
you
cyan.
will not go, yeah. Or, like, yeah, I know that you, like, literally kicked and screamed because you didn't want to do this project and you're halfway through it, but I'm just going to crash and you didn't save your doc at all, and you're like, okay, thank you. Yeah, they can smell fear. Also, I feel like they know when it's Friday, because my computer always loves to have a problem on a Friday. Like, I work here.
I think it's just a you issue.
I have access to everything to be able to troubleshoot it here, and it waits till the weekend to be like...
Why is your computer so unreliable?
Because a lot of it was hand-me-down.
Okay, I guess.
Also, I have multiple PCs in my house, so it's like someone's, you know... Like
You have 2?
3.
Oh, excuse the fuck out of me.
Yeah. So, like, yeah. The other babies are sleeping, and this one just, like, you know, pooped itself, yeah. I have an Intel Pentium 4 and a GeForce 256. They both run at 130, 165C under load. Is that bad?
Wait, the Kelsey PC's not even fucking I bet it's still on your floor.
It is, but...
Yeah, that's what
it counts, it counts.
Barely.
All I said is I had 3 in my house.
Alright, whatever.
I didn't say what they were doing. Now, wouldn't it be so funny if, like, yeah, I have that one hooked up and it's just mining Bitcoin.
Wow.
They both run 130. If it's 130 or 165C, like Celsius, that is bad. But, honestly, I wouldn't worry about it too much because I don't feel like anything in that is important enough to keep alive. Yeah, like, it's not turning itself off, it's not burning itself at that point? That's kind of crazy. What's the difference between a B650 and X870 Mobo? Okay, so B650 is kind of like the budget. B for budget, kind of. So, it does the basic things that a motherboard needs to do to run it at that. It usually has more minimal VRM heat sinks, so you might get a little bit more throttling. It might not run as high on benchmarks as it would on an X870 Mobo. It also just tends to have, like, fewer I/O, less bells and whistles, less inputs, less stuff like that. Whereas the X870... that is a good board for, like, overclocking, but that's irrelevant these days, basically. That's where you're going to want to put, if you're getting, like, the best of the best CPUs, you're going to want to put it on that board. Because it's going to get the most power out of it. The VRM heatsinks are much more adequate on that, better for hotter CPUs. They're also usually just, like, aesthetically better, that's why they're more expensive, too. They got more RGB, more fancy on them. They usually have more NVMe slots and usually higher rated ones. So, things like that. Have you tried the salmon cream cheese dip? Ooh, no. I'll have to find that. I'm so glad that you say from TJ, because I always call it TJ's. Or I'll call it Traders.
Traders.
Yeah. But TJ, Carl's Jr. is CJ's. Everything is just abbreviated. Xerox machines can totally smell fear. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, machines know. They know when you're weak, and they know when to strike.
They definitely know when to strike.
Idle temps are 95 to 110 C. Yeah, bad. Not good at all.
What the hell?
Yeah, it sounds like... Yeah, either a thermal paste issue, you got a sticker on your cooler... or your cooler just is not actually making contact with your CPU.
No one is torture fucking around.
Oh, is that what you're setting up?
Yeah, sorry.
That's all good.
Well, it's been set up, but...
Oh, but like haven't showed up?
Yeah.
Should I worry about Gen 5 on AM5? I have Gen 4 MSI Tomahawk Mobo. Gen 5 on AM5. Wait. What do you mean, should you worry about Gen 5? You're talking NVMe's? Or, oh, hold on, Gen 5 on AM5, yeah. Cooler's 14 years old and still spins. I can't even run 2D games. Jeez. Yeah, I would throw that whole PC in the trash. Well, recycling. I guess do you mean like should you worry about having Gen 5 NVMe ports? Because in my honest opinion, no. I don't think anyone should be looking at Gen 5 NVMe's. They're ridiculously fast. Gen 4 is already stupid fast. Gen 5 is like above that and comes with a ton of heat that it really doesn't need. Like, the fact they have to have their own dedicated heat sink and cooler basically on them now is stupid. Like, turn around, go back. For CPU releases, not NVMe.
I'll wait
GPU
for
won't be an
Gen 6.
issue since I won't upgrade that for 6 more years. Ah, okay, I gotcha. For CPU releases. Yeah, I really wouldn't worry about it too much. I mean, like, obviously just as long as socket is the same, you can always just BIOS update and it'll be ready to take newer CPUs. I use DDR1 2GB RAM. Yeah, the trash immediately. Oof. Here's a joke for you. Why did the console player cross the road to render the buildings on the other side? Dude, I probably told the story before, but when I first built my PC, and like granted, it was an RX 580 and a Ryzen 5. I can't remember what the heck. Basically like an old 6-core, 1200 or something like that. Which at the time was still a little outdated. But I downloaded The Sims 3 on it, like, after all these years. That game came out in 2006, and I was like, oh my gosh. Render all the way up. Like, the game was like, oh, it was like I put on glasses. I was like, holy shit. It looks incredible. It runs so smooth. But in 2006, that game was a killer. Now I had all the power. Run an i3 4130 and a GTX 1650. Rate my specs, LMAO. Solid 3. Because it can definitely be worse. Do modern Mobos and cases still use the single wires for reset power, LED, etc.? Some do. I would say the majority of them still do. And then some of them use, like, kind of all of them together and you just plug it in. Kind of like how the USB header looks. Or like, and yeah, but they all use those same headers still, so it's pretty cool. Do modern Mobos and case. Sorry, I already read that one. Pip. My PC has huge bottleneck. It has a Ryzen 3 1200 with a 4080 Ti and 4GB of RAM with a 2500 watt power supply. Is this bad? Yes. I mean, it's still going to run, but the 4080 Ti is wasted, basically.
I think they're trolling.
Yeah, I know, but in case somebody doesn't know, I want to answer. Other people listen, and I want them to know. I still remember the first time I played Vector Man on Sega Genesis. That blew my mind. Then Super Mario 64 came out and changed the world, yeah. Ocarina of Time for me was the one that was like, oh my gosh, there's so much world. Which is so funny now with video games, like open world.
Yeah, then you have Ubisoft games where it's like, oh my god, there's so much world.
Yeah. They put the whole team on making the map there.
The thing is, they make the map and then they fill it with a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, a whole bunch of quests, but like...
It's the same 3 types of quests.
Yeah.
Again and again.
But you're right, there's like not really much in there. It's just like, yeah, these are some nice hills, I guess. I feel like what they must do is they must go and like take photos of like the land or whatever, and they just are like, yeah, we'll like, they get the Google map of it, and then are just like, yeah, that's our map. We'll just change some things. And
Import.
Yeah, like. Intel CPUs are not worth the money anymore. AMD is crushing them. I mean, when it was this matchup, 13th gen against what AMD was doing at the time, I still would have picked 13th gen. Ultra, though, against the AMD ones, I do think you got to give the crown to AMD in that regard. Because the Ultras are, at best, what the 13th gen was when it came out, and like, bruh.
How do you? Damn, they messed up.
Yeah. Just ordered a build. Nice.
Hell yeah.
There's a 4080 Ti. Like, am I wrong?
Yes.
Yeah, 4080 Ti. I mean, I think it got phased out when they did the, like, you know, super TIs and all that, but they did exist at one point.
And they were going to be very expensive.
Mm.
Do you remember that? The shit leaked and then people got mad at NVIDIA?
So was there not a 4080 Ti? Am I?
No, there was.
Okay, yeah. I buy Intel because I like the do commercials. Honestly, valid.
Dude, that's not... I think you can do better than that.
I know, but it's fine. Okay, valid though, because like, what's the point of spending a bunch of money on marketing if it doesn't convince somebody to be like, okay, yeah, you got me. You know what I mean?
Do.
I just switched from 4900K to the 9800X3D. Literal mind-blowing performance change. Really? I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, it was like 9800X3D. Yeah, it might give you some more frames and stuff like that in gaming, but it shouldn't be mind-blowing different. The 4900K is a very good chip. Maybe a few releases like how there's a 4090D in China. Use baby oil for liquid cooling in my AIO with a Ryzen 9 9900X and a GTX 1060.
Good for you.
The bacteria being like, soft. For Horizon, both Zero Dawn and Forbidden West got overshadowed by era-defining games. Zero Dawn by LOZ, Breath of the Wild, and Forbidden West by Elden Ring, true. It's a really good game.
Breath of the Wild was era-defining?
I would say so. Well, people still use Breath of the Wild as like this game should be like this. Breath of the Wild, like...
Really?
Yeah. Why do you think all the Pokemon fans are always like, we could have had Breath of the Wild with Pokemon?
Oh,
but we
I don't
didn't."
know.
I mean, yeah,
follow
that's also
Pokemon.
just its own thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of games too where you can see like, from the indie
Like the
developers where you're like,
influence?
oh, they kind of just like, yeah. Like Genshin Impact even, I'm like, I kind of feel like they just were like, yeah, Breath of the Wild, but with anime girlies. How was Breath of the Wild not era-defining? I don't know. He doesn't like Nintendo, so.
I was asking. I wasn't disagreeing.
Oh, okay.
God. Nintendo fucking fans are the worst.
I mean, they just gotta stop being the best at games. And we'll see. What's the, like, best, cheapest AIO I can get because my CPU runs hot with a fan, LOL? Best and cheapest are kind of hard to nail down. I would say any 360mm AIO that you can just get for a good price. Bro's literally out here wearing a hat just like Super Mario, red and blue.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I won't lie. I'm very much motivated by nostalgia. But, like, I remember the birthday that I got a Game Boy. Like, and that was, like, the greatest gift I ever got. Pokemon Blue. So much nostalgia for Nintendo. The GameCube. Oh my god. Honestly, I look on it more fondly than I look on, like, oh, my first love. The Game Boy.
I mean, the GameCube never dumped you, right?
That's true. That's true. Elite Dangerous in VR is the best game. Don't ask me. Fair. Oh my god, Game Boy Advance felt so sturdy too. Oh yeah, that was, and the amazing upgrade between Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, even like graphically, mind blowing. And you know what? I still play a ton of Game Boy Advance games to this day because they were that good.
What are you playing on, man?
My Game Boy Advance.
Oh.
Yeah. You think I don't hold on to old hardware? I learned my lesson after we sold the Nintendo 64. And I was like, that was fucking stupid. They gave us like $50.
Oh.
For all of our games, too. Oof.
Damn.
This is my CPU fan, Cooler Master A712 ARGB. Is that good? Let me see. A71C. No.
Just by looking at a picture of it?
Yeah, I know that cooler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No. So
Damn.
that, yeah, that explains why your CPU is so hot, but you probably don't need an like a liquid cooler to cool it. That's just a that's basically like a stock cooler. So even just like going up to like a tower cooler or a double tower cooler would be like, you know, gigantic difference. Dropped my 3DS in toilet one of the Saturdays. It was the blue one. Oh, rip.
Dang.
Also a great... Oh, 3DS was so good. Nintendo does handhelds so great. And when I think about gaming, like in my whole life of gaming, I feel like I was most supported by handhelds. Like, so many aspects of my life were just made better by having a handheld. Like being on a plane, going camping, and then like at the end of the night just being on the Game Boy. It's awesome. Pokemon games are so goated for it. So true. Okay, please list how it's bad. I don't know this at all. It's not... It's just that there's not a lot of like heatsink on it, so it can't cool that effectively. It's basically like meant for, you know, low end CPUs and stuff like that. So you would just want something that has more of a heatsink to it. Ayo had the Game Boy and Pokemon Red. My ex's love faded. Zelda's love is forever. Exactly. Such good memories. Ugh. I was also like back in the era though of having to like share video games with my siblings. So like video gaming was a group experience. Like most games obviously are like, you know, single player. But like, you know, we all wanted to play it, so we would all just kind of play it together and pass the controller, like, as, you know, so-and-so died or whatever, or kind of figure things out. And that was really fun. And, like, I know I'll never really have, like, that experience again, because we're all grown up, and they never visit me.
Oh.
Also, like, I get frustrated now, because I just have better game sense than my sister does, and I'm like, no, please give me the controller.
But Fortnite.
She was better at me than me in Fortnite because she was playing nothing but Fortnite at one point. So yeah. Hello, Sunshine Axe. How are you?
Yo.
Is Ryzen 5 4500 low end? It pretty much is, yeah. So like again, if your temps are fine, like I wouldn't worry about it too much. Because you were the one saying that at under load they were like 60 or 70. Yeah, you're totally fine. You don't have anything to worry about with that. But if you were to get a bigger CPU, like a higher end one, it's probably going to run a lot hotter than that cooler can take. Doing well. How are you doing? Good.
Good.
We're on our third and last build of the day.
Almost though.
Mm-hmm. time when I was 9, I left my Pokemon cards in my shorts, and my mom washed them, not knowing they were in there. They got ruined. I was devastated.
Oh.
I had such a cool Pokemon card collection, and to this day, I'm like, I don't know where they are. Like, I searched for them many, many times over the years.
Your mom threw them away.
Probably, and I'm like,
What a hag.
yeah. I wouldn't even, like, not even to, like, oh, I could sell them for a lot of money. Like, I just want to have them still. Like, yeah. I had, like, a holographic Vaporeon. I had a Feraligatr card that I loved.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say Ferrari. Oh my god.
I had a Ferrari. I had that really cute one of the, like, Dragonite that had, like, a little messenger bag from the movie. Cute. Now that I remember the Skytech PC I bought with the 1650 Super and Ryzen 5 2600, it came with the Cooler Master A71C LOL. I just bought it again for this build because of the RGB sync back in 2020. Ah, okay, yeah. Welcome back, Jax.
Welcome back, Jack. Look alive, Jack.
Ferrarion. Yeah, my favorite evolution. Ferrarion. Like, what kind of typing would that be? I can't. Steel? Steel type. That's the steel evolution, yeah.
Is there a gas type?
Poison is usually what goes with that.
Oh, yeah, then steel probably fits more.
Poison gas. Do you have any case suggestions for my PC? I mean, kind of depends on the components that you're going to be putting in there. So, like, you got to think about, like, what GPU, you know?
In-win D-frame.
Or that. It's not a bad option.
The case costs more than the component.
No. Oh, you like a fishbowl? Okay, but not as big. That's kind of difficult. You can check out the King 95. That's like the good fishbowl right now, I would say. But like, there's a lot of options in there. I would kind of just peruse and see what you like. I would also put your specs into PC Part Picker, like your exact specs, and then search for cases just to make sure that your components fit in those form factors. There are some cases that look like they'll fit and like totally fine, but then you find out that it actually needs like an SFX power supply, which is a completely different form factor. So, you know, just consider that. It'll save you some heartbreak. Eevee doesn't have a normal type evolution, does it? No. What would a normal Eevee evolution look like? Probably just a bigger Eevee. Is that the new $7,000 case? Probably.
No, it's an old case. That's why it's like overpriced.
That's such a beautiful case, the King 95 that is. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Carnage? Long time no see, buddy.
Yeah, welcome in. Because I like the Omega, but the Azure is cool. Oh yeah, if you like the Omega, it's a Thermaltake Ceres.
Omega 2.
Oh, the Omega 2. I think they mean the 2 though.
What? No, the Omega 1 was in-win 301, 103, one of those numbers.
Yeah, but the Omega 2 is the Thermaltake, right?
Yes.
Okay. And the Azure is a Montech Sky.
Yeah. Ooh, Montech Sky is a good case.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and compact.
Hard though for cable routing.
Yeah, if
you're
you're
new
just
to
learning.
that.
Yeah, if you're new.
It's kind of shallow in the back, so that
it'll teach you some lessons.
Should I water cool my PC? I have a Ryzen 5 7600X RTX 4060 Ti.
No.
Or should I keep it air cooled? Yeah, I would air cool it. It's not worth it. That 7600X is going to run to a certain like temperature point regardless, so it's not worth it to put like an AI on it. You're not really going to eke out much more performance. have a second GPU with an RX 560. It somehow works too. The 3060 Ti and RX 560. It just doesn't run games on both. It only runs on the main card that's in the uppermost slot. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen basically. So there used to be a thing called Crossfire, or
That's a lot.
thank you. I was like on the other one, SLI. That
NVLink before
would
it died.
would allow you to do that game using kind of both the cards, but it's not supported anymore. So it'll just run off that top card basically. The only time when having two GPUs does kind of work is if you're doing like rendering or something in Blender. It'll use the extra VRAM from that, but not for gaming.
Although, man, feels like it's been forever since I've seen a Siege. The SKU, yes. This case is on clearance though, so I see it like every day now.
Yeah, because it's a good deal.
Yeah, like I started seeing it. No, it is a good deal. I started seeing it last week, and I was like, oh, nice. And then I started seeing it every single day.
Have you ever gotten an injury that kept you from playing video games? Broke my hand a few days ago and having a tough time not being able to play. Oh, that sucks.
Fuck.
I've had that happen a couple times, but I was like, usually I could take like a couple days off gaming and it doesn't hurt me too much. If it happened in the middle though of like a game I've been like waiting to have come out and I'm like, 20 hours in and I'm hooked, yeah, that would be killer. I would hate that. But I have had it happen once when I was in a big like guitar playing jag and I was like, I'll never be able to play the guitar again. But it was like just for a week. It was fine. And then there was another time.
My guitar career is over.
This was wild. Okay, there was another time where I was cooking dinner and I was making carbonara, and I needed some of the like pasta water. So I was like, okay, take a cup of the pasta water, and I used my measuring cups like an idiot. And then I put it on the counter, and the other cups were dangling off, and they made it go. So boiling hot water went onto my hands. And it hurt so bad, and I was just like putting them in like a bowl of water, like constantly and all this. And it happened right when I was in the middle of a crocheting project.
No.
And all I wanted to do was crochet. And I felt like Doctor Strange, like straight up, just like, what?
Like Edward Scissorhands?
No, but like, the whole thing of like, I gotta do anything so I can finish this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What did you do?
I am so sorry. Like, especially like when you're in the middle of like doing something, you're hyperfixated on something, hurting your hands is the worst thing. What?
Did you have M finish it or something?
No, I just had to wait for the hands to get better. Oof. But yeah, like right now I'm in the middle of a game and I'm like, shoot, if I couldn't play it for like a couple weeks, I would probably go crazy. But yeah. Best of luck though with that injury. I hope your hand feels better. Gets
Yeah,
better
that sucks,
soon.
man. Sorry to hear.
Oof. Trying to think, I was like, you always do the fun thing where, depending on like what the injury is, just have like, have somebody else do the mouse and then like on the keyboard just to hit the like attack, just for the challenge of it. Do you think a 750 watt PSU is good for 4060 or 4070? Yes, I think that'd be fine. I'm gonna also assume a RX 560 is super low and LMAO. Yeah, it's outdated. Also have an ASRock B550 MC. That's still a fine board. I broke my wrist 2 years ago. Ooh. Lucky I've never broken since I was a child. I haven't like broken anything. It was always like minor things that like cleared up in a bit. Oof. Do you still play Pokemon? I have too many games on my PC to play them all, like over 30 games. I do still play Pokemon. But I tend to find that it's kind of been like on and off with me with the different ones that have come out. So like, I really loved, like, I didn't like Diamond and Pearl. That was like the first one that I was like, meh. And I can't really explain it. It just didn't like grab me. The Pokemon weren't that, I don't know, I didn't like it. Black and White, loved Black and White. X and Y, got to like the second city, put it down, never picked it up again, just was not interested in it. And I don't know why. I can't explain it.
Because it's all the same games over and over?
No, because there are times where I pick it up and I'm absolutely hooked. Which happened the next time, Sun and Moon. I picked it up because it was spring break at college and I had nothing else to do, basically. I was the only one left on campus. And I was absolutely hooked into that game. I loved Sun and Moon. And then Sword and Shield came out. I really liked Sword and Shield. I was actually totally vibing with it. Enjoyed the heck out of it. I love that you can make the trainer card. I hate that like something like stupid and little like that was like so killer, but I love that. That and all the like clothing you get for your person. Loved it. I looked so cool. And then I was super excited for Scarlet and Violet. And I got to, like, the third gym, and then, like... Well, not gym, but, you know, you fight the... I played it for a while, put it down to play something else, and just haven't picked it up since. So it's super on and off with me. But I pick up almost every single game that they come out with. Because I'm real like
dating
that.
sim component? Dang, that's crazy. I know it's a menu simulator for sure, but...
Is that true? I know that there was some very interesting sexual tension with you and the, like, main villain. And there's this one part where you ride, like, a little, like, what's the word? Ferris wheel together. And it's like, I don't know, you could cut it with a knife, that tension.
Alright, folks, this build is done. It is finished. It is complete.
Beautiful. Lovely,
Yep.
lovely, lovely. Alright, folks, this PC is done. You're just going to go and get Windows put on it. All the drivers that you need out of the box is ready to go. You can just set up your profile, download your game launchers, you're good to go. We're also going to stress test this, make sure these components work and work under load, and when it passes all that, it'll be headed to you. So watch out for it, Jade, and thank you for ordering with us.
Thank you, thank you.
Lovely PC.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Very nice little
Alright.
case.
I think I will do a custom build on Skytech and do the live option. Nice.
I think I'm
Just
gonna
know that
miss
we're a
this
little
case.
backed up right now, so it might be a
Yeah,
while.
if you want it anytime soon, don't do the live.
Mhm.
That's just, we'd love to have your build live, but if you want it soon.
I want to replay Platinum, tunnel building. I love black and white too. Yeah, I can't wait till they do a black and white. Like, you know how they always do the kind of like reissue of it? That's the one that I've been waiting for.
I think I might miss this case when it goes out of stock.
I know, right? It's nice. I have a BIOS date of 2002 on my board. LOL. Is that bad? Possibly. Unless your board like just stopped getting service or you know like support, then not really. But
Something
yeah.
tells me Fabian.
Sexual tension in a Pokemon game is crazy. I'm telling you, man. If you watch this scene, I'm like, dude, like, are we gonna kiss? It's a whole thing. Oh, sorry, yeah. Alright, folks. Well, anyways, we are done with our build stream. We're also overtime, so we'll see you guys on Friday. Thank you so much for joining us. I love you.
Thank you, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.